Yo, what is going on? Forza, Forza, Forza Milan. As always, only two words, and those two words are Forza Milan. Guys, first thing we got to talk about is the Ibra situation. Ibra says yes. Ibra says he wants to continue. So Milan has this arrangement with Ibrahimovic, which is very interesting. We're going to read about it, and we're going to find out what this could possibly mean for the Mercato, guys. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Forza Milan. Forza, Forza, Christian, Forza, Dino. What's up? What's up? How is everybody doing? Welcome to RossonARI TV, Forza Milan, guys. All right, so let's get straight into this. Let's understand what this is all about right away. Striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic appears ready to sign another contract renewal with AC Milan and remain at the club for the 22-23 season. All right. This morning edition of La Gazzetta dello Sport explains that Ibrahimovic wants to continue his playing career after the knee surgery that will keep him out until January 2023. And he could sign an agreement with a fixed part at symbolic figures and a more substantial part linked to personal and team bonuses. He should meet with directors Paolo Maldini and Enrique Massara next week when the Swede will return to Milan to start his rehabilitation. And one of the things that will be spoken about is the plan for continuing. Zlatan has made it clear he wishes to keep playing, so all other issues, including the economic one, have taken a backseat. Money is not a problem at all for the 40-year-old who will sign a new contract with a symbolic salary. What convinced him to go on is the love for football and for Milan. Of course, he will only be able to continue playing if he is physically well and the knee responds to the treatment as planned. But his mind is made up in the meantime. All right. So Ibrahimovic wants to continue. He wants to get this operation recover. He wants to have an agreement with Milan that at the end of the recovery process, he's good to go. He's going to be part of the team January onwards on the field. And then his salary is going to be dependent on bonuses regarding on performance. So a few things come to mind when looking at this situation. One, this means that from the beginning of the season, guys, which starts earlier this time. Remember, the season is going to start earlier this time because of the World Cup. As a matter of fact, Milan is already going to be meeting at Milanello the 4th of July, and we're going to start getting ready. The Mercato is going to be a really fast Mercato. The season starts early. So the question that us Milan fans need to ask ourselves, you know, are we going to go into the season, into the Serie A, into the Scudetto, into the Champions League with Giroud and Origi as your three top strikers, or your top two strikers, and who is the third guy? Is it going to be Lazetic? Is this going to open up the space for maybe a Scamacca or another kind of attacker? Who knows? But Ibrahimovic can give you some kind of guarantees if he is back. So the truth is that he says yes, he wants to continue, he wants to keep on playing, the team wants to have him, but we're not sure if that's going to happen until the recovery process. We have information regarding the recovery process. But guys, if we look at Ibrahimovic seems like a person that wins every war he goes into. So in my opinion, Ibrahimovic is definitely going to recover. He's definitely going to come back. And he's going to be very helpful for the team if he joins the team January till the summer. So the question is really, what are we going to do in the interim? Do we bring back Colombo? Is Colombo someone that you bring back? And you have, send out Lazetic on loan, bring back Colombo. So you have Giroud, Origi, and Colombo. Or do we actually go for a striker? But then, going into January, if we have a striker, then Ibrahimovic comes in. Are we going to finish the season with 4 strikers when we only play one center forward position? Maybe. And this depends all on if certain key players leave the team. Now, guys, my suspicion based on how the hierarchies in the teams have turned around, I don't know. I'm just saying this. I'm 100% speculating. But I think Rebic wants to go and play somewhere else, because Rebic has realized that on the left, as long as Leao is in the team, which is something we need to talk about, as long as Leao is in the team, Rebic is not seeing much of that field. Giroud is in front of Rebic. Origi is very similar to Rebic. I really wonder if Origi is the replacement for Rebic. I really wonder if that's the case. I don't know, guys. This is just a feeling I have regarding Rebic, but if he stays, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Rebic is going to stay or not? Let's not kid ourselves. Ibra will not be able to play at all next season. He won't be 30% or 40% when he comes back after 7 to 8 months. Yes, but he's not. He won't be able to play 90 minutes. But that's fine. In today's football, you don't need a player for 90 minutes. If you can have the luxury of having players that come in and play the last 20 minutes, that come in and play the last 30 minutes, finishing with Ibra, that's quality, guys. Finishing a game with Ibra, that's quality. Of course, if he still has the physical ability to do it. We'll see. We will find out. But if he says yes, and Maldini and them are going to figure out, yeah, this guy's still good. Guys, finishing every game with Ibra on the pitch for the last 20 minutes, that's not what your opposing defense wants to see. They want to see the team grow weaker, not stronger. Zlatan will get salary based on appearances, I think. Yeah, perfect. He doesn't even need to play. It's okay just to have him in the locker room and push other players to become better. And that's the other aspect of Ibrahimovic, his locker room presence. Very, very important. Guys, we're also going to be watching the Italy game as we talk about the news. Italy playing against Hungary. A lot of youngsters in the lineup. Calabria is playing. So that is good to see. We have Il Capitano starting for Italy right now. And the game is about to start. So we are going to be watching Italy-Hungary at the same time as we discuss all the reports in the AC Milan world. Now Lang will replace Rebic. Okay, maybe. That is an option that I'm seeing that could be very well possible. Noah Lang replacing Rebic. Noah Lang, obviously, there has been this push from the reports that have been coming out. The fact, guys, the fact that worries me about Noah Lang is this: that, again, in this channel, there are people here that don't want to believe anything that the newspapers say, right? But let's say what the newspapers say is true, that the entourage of Noah Lang went to Casa Milan and already had agreements with the squad, with Maldini. So that piece of information there tells me that most likely there really is something with Noah Lang. But someone is leaving, guys. Someone is leaving. And also someone presented this situation. The reason why we're going for Noah Lang, De Ketelaere, and Zaniolo is because we're most likely selling Leao. If you sell Leao, you can get 3 players like that. So there's a question, and this is something that Larry brought up. There's a question here, guys, and I want to know what you think, because it is a good question. Would you sacrifice Leao to get Noah Lang, De Ketelaere, Zaniolo? Would you sacrifice that one player to get those 3 players? I mean, ideally, what I think every AC Milan fan would love is to have all 4 players. Or at least 3 players, but one of those 3 players would be, let's say, Leao. Now, Zaniolo is probably one of the targets Milan is looking at for the right wing. We know Berardi is one of the targets Milan is looking at, and Di Marzio mentioned that Milan is interested in Berardi again. So this name is going to start appearing again. I don't know if Berardi is the first pick, second pick. I'm assuming he'd be the second pick, because if you look, or I'm assuming the first pick is the youngest one, because the philosophy of this club is getting young players and then growing them, etc. So I'm assuming that Zaniolo would be the first pick, being he's 22. or another player like that, an Anthony from Ajax, probably, because Ajax is also in his early 20s. So I'm thinking those are the first picks. The second picks are the older players, the mid older players. Then the last picks are the 30 year olds onwards. So, but Berardi could possibly join Milan. We could possibly see a Berardi, a De Ketelaere, and a Leao. We could possibly see a Berardi, Sanchez, Leao. We could possibly see Zaniolo, Sanchez, Leao. We could possibly see Messias, Diaz, Leao. We could possibly see Salamakers, Diaz, Leao. So there's a lot of things that can happen, and we'll definitely talk about them. Oh my God, Zaniolo and Berardi. Now Roma are now asking 70 million now, Roy. If this keeps up, Zaniolo will cost more than Kunku. Now listen, the thing about Zaniolo is this, that something happened in the Mercato that has kind of changed things. Di Maria. Juventus wants a winger, and they want a strong, fast winger. Preferably, they want players with experience, Champions League experience. They want to go for Di Maria, but Di Maria has come out and distanced himself from Juventus and put himself closer to Barcelona or another team. I'm not sure which team. I think it was Barcelona. So now this means that Juventus is going to go for Zaniolo because Zaniolo is being linked to Juventus. The Juventus newspapers, the Juventus reports are linking Juventus to Zaniolo. If we go in a bidding war with Juventus, unfortunately today we're not going to win it. So this means that if we don't go for Zaniolo, we go for Berardi, which is not bad. We're probably going to get better numbers with Berardi if we go for Berardi. That means many more goals in Serie A and assists in Serie A. Then, as far as Europe, we don't know what Berardi looks like in Europe. We will find out if he comes. But if we go in a bidding war with Juventus, Zaniolo is going to be very difficult. Let's see, what else you guys said? Rudy Galetti said Van Nauwlang is the done deal for 5-year contract. Okay, so if these kind of reports are starting to come out, I think Rebic is on his way out, guys. I think he's on his way out. No way Leao stays. He cannot be replaced that easily. Well, the question, though, guys, remains. I want to ask you guys what you think about this. Would you sell Leao in order to get Nauwlang, De Ketelaere, Zaniolo? Because by selling Leao, by selling one player, then you can replenish your team with 3 top players. You know, this is the thing. This is the thing about top play. If you're going to sell your top player, but then you can buy 3 top players. By selling one, you can buy 3. That is something that maybe we will have to consider because of Leao's situation with his lawsuit. And also, guys, the fact that right now, we are in speculation mode because we don't know what the budget is. Nobody knows what the budget is going to be this summer. So we're still far away from knowing. And also, guys, Paolo Maldini and Massara have a contract that needs to be renewed. Their contract is literally expiring in 3 weeks from now. Exactly 3 weeks from today, their contract is expiring. So their contracts need to be renewed. We don't know what the budget is. Well, where is the 100 million you were saying? Well, let's see. I mean, as far as how much we can spend, we should, as far as the calculations and the numbers, it should be close to 200 million. We are within the limits to spend around 200 million. But that doesn't mean that that's how much the club is going to put out. I think that a smart club today would invest right now, right after winning the Scudetto, and you use the energy of that. You use that energy, you energize the fan base. It's your first year as the new owner. You put available some serious funds, and you can really build yourself a crazy team. And then from then onwards, you are set for many years to come, and you only have to get one player at a time. and the team will be set up for that. So I'm thinking Maldini is a smart guy. I'm I'm I I'm hoping and I think that he would take this opportunity that they have created for themselves to really strengthen the team, to make this team a Champions League winning team. I mean, Maldini wants to win the Champions League, guys. He wants to win the Champions League. All the Milanista wants to win the Champions. We all want to win the Champions League. This is your opportunity to do it right now. You won the Scudetto, so you have that extra money. You won. You won. You're in Champions League. You have a new owner that just invested, just put on paper, 1 billion and 200, plus 500 million if targets are achieved. Now is your time to do it. This is the time. This is your time. We've been talking about this all year long. Take the bull by its horns. Right now, this is the Mercato to do it. But the question is, guys, again, I want to know what you guys say in chat. Would you sell Leao? Would you sell one top player to get three? Or would you not take that risk and you would keep Leao? What do you guys think? But get him 3 players for 1 only. What do you guys think? The question is, would you sell Leao to get Noah Lang, De Cutler, and Zaniolo? Or Noah Lang, De Cutler, Berardi? Or Noah Lang, Sanchez? Well, no, Sanchez, I can't consider him in the Leao. It has to be one of these 3. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Roma News. If Zaniolo leaves, Roma will get Berardi as replacement, or rather just go for Berardi. Yes. If Zaniolo leaves, Roma is going to go for Berardi. I've read this too. But I think that we have more. I think when it comes to the power between Milan and Roma, we're going to win. So we're going to win that battle. Remember, the transfer market is also about battles. There are certain battles in the transfer market that we cannot win. Unless the player themselves says, I want to play for Milan and nobody else. But when it comes to Juventus, we're not going to win any battles. Not today, guys. Not today. As a matter of fact, we're kind of lucky that Juventus... Well, we're not lucky because Juventus is going for Zaniolo, so Zaniolo's a problem. But there are other players that Juventus is looking at that we are not looking at. So their path is different from ours. Inter is a situation where Inter is such a mess. I don't even know what to think about Inter. Inter has to sell. I'm so grateful, guys, that we're not in Inter's situation. Imagine if today we were here knowing that we had to sell Tomori, that we have to sell, we have no choice, but we have to sell Leao, we have to sell Tonali. Guys, I am so grateful we're not in this kind of situation. This is thanks to Elliot and how they have handled business. So because of that, today we can still hold on to our best players. But let's see what Redbird does. We still don't know. These guys haven't told us. They need to tell us how much the budget is. They need to re-sign Maldini and Masada. We have all these names that are being linked, but Maldini and Masada need to be renewed. All right, let's see what's happening here. Leao's our franchise player and the face of a project. We can't sell him. So you would say no to that. You would say no to that. So no, okay. I would keep Leao this season and try to improve other positions, and then we can sell Leao and get 3 players, but not after winning. Wait. I would keep Leao this season and try to improve other positions, and then we can sell Leao and get 3 players, but not after winning, and we're relying on him a lot to win. Okay, so you would not sell Leao this year. So most of the people probably would not sell Leao. Faithless fans are dime a dozen. Last summer, these guys were all on about us being shit and unworthy of top 4. This summer, it's about Leao leaving. So, yeah. If you ask me, I don't know if I would give you the same answer, to be honest with you, if you would ask me. But if Leao stays, and we can have Leao, we can get Sanchez in there. By the way, we are going to be talking about Sanchez. There is some Sanchez problems that we got to start worrying about. And we're going to start talking about that in a minute. We're going to start talking about the Sanchez issues because there are issues with Lille. And, of course, like always, we can never have any nice things. It is what it is. We have to wait and see if the Sanchez operation can happen. One operation that is destined to happen for sure coming up next week is Origi. Origi, a player that is going to be very useful to this team, a player that is going to be quality offensive depth, a player that maybe is even going to surprise us and take the reins as the main striker. But whatever category he falls in, it's going to be perfect and it's going to be great for Milan. Whether it's going to be offensive depth or a main striker, it's going to be a perfect kind of scenario, especially because one thing that has been coming out that we really need to take in consideration when discussing Milan's strategies, something that we heard by many people say, of course this is word of mouth, but I'm talking about people there in Milano, close to the club, people that work at the club, that Milan next season wants to have a bigger roster. They want to have a bigger roster because they want to have more options going into the competitions. And guys, and what did we say? What did we say? What is the difference between the English clubs, the Spanish clubs, the German clubs, and the Italian clubs? It's the depth of a roster. It's the depth of a roster. So if Milan can build a serious roster with a lot of quality depth, guys, I think the Champions League next year is a reality. It is a reality. We can already start thinking about Champions League right away, guys. And I say that confidently because I'm looking at all the teams that are playing in Europe today, and there's no European teams except for Real Madrid that has exceptional spirit. No European teams have exceptional spirit. The only team that I've seen in these past 3 years that has exceptional spirit has been Real Madrid. That's it. Man City, I don't know, guys. I don't want to be offensive to anybody, but the way that team plays, it scares nobody. And PSG is a circus of a team. Bayern, I don't know, Bayern, they're a team that 1 year they're super strong and they'll beat everybody. The next year they'll just deflate. The only team that has a great spirit is Real Madrid. So if we go out there, guys, with invincible spirit, the Milan spirit, with the Milan DNA, not scared of anybody, go in everybody's stadium and kick ass, take numbers and kick ass, guys, that's what we do. That's who we are, guys. That's who we are. So this roster, this group of players, this group of people, this management, this club is a cycle club. It is a cycle. This is going to create a cycle. They're going to create a winning cycle. I think it's going to start right away. I think it's going to start right away. I don't see any clubs in Europe that are crazy good. I mean, look at Liverpool. Great team, no doubt. Great team. But Inter outplayed Liverpool. What? Inter? I mean, if the players in Inter were a little bit smarter, they could have won. They should have gone through. Inter actually should have gone through. But Inter outplayed Liverpool, guys. Are you kidding me? Inter and Liverpool is supposed to be the greatest team in the world. Inter outplayed them. Madrid not having the ball, just having more spirit, more belief, more experience. Big part of it, experience too. But that experience is character, charisma, the know-how. But that's it. That's the only team that had something special. Guys, if we go out there with this exuberance, with this enthusiasm, with this fire, nobody's going to stop us. Nobody's going to stop us. Hopefully they can create a dynasty that can keep on going and going and going. One thing I would like to break in the Milan history is this fact that Milan does these crazy highs, but then it does these crazy lows. Crazy highs, then crazy lows. Let's just keep it at a high the whole time. How about that? I would keep okay, I read that. Looks like we're getting our own stadium. Yes, guys, we're going to be talking about the stadium. We're going to be talking about a bunch of things. Actually, the stadium thing is good news, but unfortunately, the stadium also something that we need to say that is that it's going to be a long process, because even building the stadium at Sesto doesn't mean that they can start tomorrow. They have to go through uh, the the mayor of the town, um, and the process is 18-month process. It's an 18-month process before things can actually get going. So we're talking about 2 years. We're still talking about 2 years. When they said 2007, they meant 2007. So we're talking still 2 years more, 2 years before they start putting a brick on the ground. If that is true, at least this is what I read about it. That yeah, Milan is going to build their Redbird is already talking to Populous, the group that designs the stadiums, and they have decided that they're going to go ahead at Sesto without Inter. They have made it clear that they don't give a shit about Inter, which is good for us. But it's going to be an 18-month bureaucratic process before anything can get going. So let's also know that. Looks like we're getting. Yeah, I think the reason Ibra is extending for Roy one more year is that, like Roy, he thinks that we can win UCL next season. Ibra has never won a UCL. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I thought it. Yeah, maybe this is his last chance to win it. And he's the leader of the team. He's the leader of the team even when he doesn't play. Not winning CL yet, but they will reach far. I think you underestimate how tough CL. No, I don't. Actually, I don't underestimate anything. I know exactly how tough it is. I know exactly how tough it is. But I don't. I think it's nothing. It's nothing special. It's nothing like we've seen in previous years. I'm telling you guys, in previous years, football was dominated by some clubs that were playing football at an incredible level. Incredible level. Today, there's been a regression. There's been a regression in quality. There's been a regression in spirit, in just the way you carry yourself on the field. And it's a great time to take advantage of this. It's a great time to take advantage of this. Now it's a really good time to establish dominance. Actually, now is a good time to establish dominance because the playing field is 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 it's equal. It's equal. It's equal. You have outsiders too that if they play very defensive and they're good at that, they can beat any team. We saw that with Villarreal. We saw that with Madrid. Madrid could not hold the ball to fucking save their lives against any of the teams they played. I mean, the final, look at how they won the final. You know, but again, why did they win? With that defensive attitude? But that's personality, that's spirit. Spirit is something that we have, and we definitely have the feet. Uh, I think you understand. I think you understand how tough Milan is in Europe. Yeah, Ibra is extended because Milan will go all out for the second star. Maldini and the players wanted before Inter. Now, this one I definitely agree with. I definitely agree that maybe guys, I would put the second star before the Champions League. I want, like that is, hey, we are the big dogs. We are the big dogs of this town. That will set up the rivalry on fire, because then they're going to chase the third star. They'll want the third star before us, and we're talking about 20 years from now. We'll be talking about the third star. Who knows how long, actually. It could be 30 years from now. We could be talking about our third star. But winning that second star is going to be a big stain in the history of Inter, and a very nice badge of pedigree in the story of AC Milan. And it would be the opposite. It'd be a pretty hard saying if they win the second star first. I mean, come on. Is this a rivalry or what? Or are we playing games, or are we actually at war here? I don't think so. We don't want to lose against Inter. Getting the second star and having 90-point season is more important than focusing on CL. Now, I won't disagree with that. I'll tell you this. I will not disagree with that. I will not disagree with that. But if we go all in for the Champions League, I won't disagree with that either. Real play like an Italian team in the CL final. Well, they play like an Italian team against every team they played. I mean, Italian team. They played defensive counterattack football. Um, uh, I mean, they play like that against PSG. They played like that against Chelsea. They played like that against Manchester United, and they went over. They played twice over like that against Liverpool. It's character, guys. These guys, they don't need a million chances. They don't need a million chances to score a goal. All they need is 2 or 3 chances, and they put the ball in the net. It's done. 2 or 3 chances, ball in the net is done. You know, PSG is there playing. It takes a 30 shots. Man, 30 shots score 6 goals. Liverpool takes 30 shots, and they can't even score 1 goal. PSG takes 2. Real Madrid takes 2 shots. One of it is even a lucky shot. It's a lucky goal because Valverde wasn't even trying to cross the ball. He was shooting. It was a bad shot. It was kind of like how Calabria, when he took the shot against Napoli and Giroud intercepted his bad shot. I mean, that's just character determination and being there and believing and the spirit and just knowing that you can take it even if you're not dominating the ball. That's just confidence, That's all it is. That's spirit. That's spirit. Um, it's incredible that a team like Liverpool cannot overcome those things. It's incredible that a team like Manchester City, with all they spent and all the quality players, they can't overcome that. Because these teams, guys, I know I'm going to get a lot of slack for it. I'm going to take a lot of slack for this shit. But these teams are a little bit plastic. Okay? Sorry, I don't want to offend anybody that is not an AC Milan fan, but look, maybe I'm going to be shut up next year. PSG starts winning Champions League after Champions League after Champions League. It's over. No. But to me today, honestly, I'm being objective, guys. I'm just being objective. I'm not being biased. I'm not being a tribalist. I'm just being objective. I'm looking at these teams. I'm not seeing anything special from nobody. I'm curious to see what Man City will look like with Haaland. I mean, that's going to... I mean, if you can get Man City that does what Man City does today, and you add 30 goals more, or 40 goals more, I mean, that's going to be huge for them. That's going to be huge. So we got to see what Man City will look like with Haaland if he becomes that player. If he becomes that player. PSG is going to be more or less the same. It's going to be the same idea, essentially. Real Madrid, we're going to see where Real Madrid has to start renewing their team. They have to start renewing the team. As a matter of fact, they're going for Tchouaméni. They're going for Nkunku. Nkunku was being linked to Real Madrid. Tchouaméni, these are 2 of the best midfielders in Europe right there. So, they're looking to renew their team. Maybe they're going to go in for Salah. We'll see. They have the best Italian coach. Forza Milan. What's up, Totti? How you doing? Totti Brotta. What's going, my friend? So, is Di Maria going to Barca instead of Juventus? Well, that is what the last reports said. Whether he's doing that or not, we will see. But the Di Maria situation is kind of weird because the reports that came out regarding of what his entourage said was that he is looking to do... He's not looking to do any long-term contracts. He wants to play in Europe, play the World Cup, and go back to Argentina. That's what he wants to do. At least this is what the reports of the entourage said. We don't know. Of course, take it all with a grain of salt. But the last reports were saying that he wanted to go to Barcelona, or he had made it clear that he would prefer the Barcelona destination. Guys, Lewandowski is also interesting because Lewandowski is not having a good situation with Bayern right now. Let's see. Okay, I want to talk about the Renato Sanchez situation before we move on. Man United and Spurs could trouble Milan and Newcastle in the Botman pursuit. We'll definitely talk about that. But let's find out what's happening with Lille And what's going on with Lille, and what does this mean with the Sanchez and Botman situation? I don't like Real Madrid. In the final, I was like best Madrid fan because I dislike EPL teams, and specifically, especially Liverpool. Uh, I mean, I was supporting Ancelotti, but yeah, I mean Madrid. I see why. I definitely see why. Di Maria to Juventus or Barca doesn't move the needle for me. Di Maria to Juventus or Barca. It should no. It doesn't move the needle for you. It doesn't. Imagine if Milan get Lewandowski. I think it's possible. I mean, honestly, if again now we're talking about here, FIFA manager. I would think about Lewandowski, guys. I think Lewandowski right now, if you want to replace Ibra, you bring in an expert, professional goal scorer, someone with class, someone that can guarantee. I mean, this guy had like 50 goals this season. His numbers were insane this season. I mean, we're talking about someone that should have already won the Ballon d'Or once, twice, maybe even three times, and he was unjustly robbed from it. So yes, if that possibility of bringing Lewandowski to Milan is there, I would definitely pounce on that, 100% chance. Milan got no budget as of today, so any deal will take a while for any deals to be official. Yes, that's the other thing, guys. Like right now, we're still in the speculation world. As far as what we know, Origi is coming, and but these players that Milan was already dealing with since since the winter transfer could be coming sooner. For example, Sanchez and Botman and Origi. But when it comes to anything else new, I don't know. But even these players might not even come. As far as Sanchez, okay, let's get into this article because I want to figure out what's going on. The financial situation the Lille are facing is having a big effect on AC Milan's pursuit of Sven Botman and Renato Sanchez. Report claims. Okay. So let's see what it says. As has been reported in France by L'Equipe, the Botman and Sanchez deals are well underway, but a decision needs to be taken by the board of directors which affects the transfers. The DNCG is a body that annually checks the finances of every French club, and Lille are in poor financial shape. There are effectively two different paths which are put forward by different people. Okay. There is Oliver Letang, who is the CEO, and there is Merlin Partners, the controlling fund. If Letang's proposal of how to fix things wins, the sales of Botman and Sanchez should take place by the end of June to reach a positive net worth. If the Merlin Partners path is chosen, the deals will be postponed until July in order to have the revenue factored into season's budgets rather than the season's just gone. Oh, mamma mia, guys. We can't have anything nice. We can't ever have anything nice. We can't ever have anything nice. So we have to suffer for this one as well. I wonder if this is why all of a sudden we went on Decathlon. I wonder if that is the reason why. Because obviously these are things that Massara and Maldini have probably known for longer than what has been reported. So they went all in Decathlon, and they're looking at Decathlon as the number 10. Maybe, and also Pellegatti did put out an article, he did put out an opinion piece saying about having Sanchez and Decathlon together in the same team is very difficult. You could make that link right there. That the reason why Milan all of a sudden got tied with Decathlon is because the Sanchez deal is slowing down. I don't want to believe that, guys. I think that we will get Sanchez in the end, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, okay, let me ask the chat, guys. What do you think? Who do you prefer, Decathlon or Sanchez? Let me see. What do you guys think? Lewandowski wouldn't agree to an affordable wage. I agree. No chance for Leva. He wants a big salary. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem. He would want a salary that I don't think we would be able to compete with other teams. And as far as I know, he's not like a Milanista or something like that. Honestly, my opinion might not be popular, but I think young players are better to sign compared to an older player who may only have 2 years left. Build for the future. So you would say no to Lewandowski. Okay. If a new owner can't get some statement signings in the first Mercato, then we're screwed long term. Yeah, that is kind of true, I think. You have to make a statement. You have to show the fans what you're about. I mean, come on. After winning a Scudetto like this, and then you have to keep the party going. The party cannot stop. I agree. I want young players. We have some good leaders in the locker room already. I think that our players are going to be ready to be leaders. I think this upcoming season has to be the season of literally the Leao's baptism as a leader in the locker room. Tonali, even though they're so young, Calabria, the captain, he's got a big responsibility on his shoulders. Magnan is already a leader. Magnan was born a leader. Magnan never needed to try to become a leader. He always has been a leader, always will be a leader. Tomori, definitely. Even Kalulu, the youngsters like Kalulu, Salamakers, if you stay, they all. Oh, guys, Italy scored a great goal, an amazing goal by Italy, scored by. Let's see, who is this? I think it's one of the new kids. Really beautiful goal by Italy, scored by. Who is this kid? I don't even know who this kid is. Is he one of the Serie B kids? They're using. I know that Italy is using one of the Serie B kids, right? But amazing goal in the quarter. Oh no, it was Barella. Oh, sorry, it was Barella. Was it Barella or not? Hold on, guys. Oh yeah, Barella. Barella scores an incredible goal. We are the champions, so this is the right time to spend as we can attract players. I totally agree. This is the right time, right now. This is it. De Cutler, he is a lot younger, plays more roles, cheaper because his wages would be half of Sanchez, left-footed, taller. I don't know, Raul. It's strings that don't work very well. But I'm watching the game. Every transfer for AC Milan is like preparing for a thesis. Always complicated. I've learned over the years to not expect anything from Milan until the transfers are official. Yeah, I mean, I at the end, you never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get. Barella scored. Yeah, beautiful goal from Barella. Anyway, guys, so the Sanchez thing. What is the situation with Sanchez? Basically, Lille is owned by two different entities, and they're battling it out for each other in order how they want to fix their finances. If one wins, we can get Sanchez earlier. If the other wins, we will have to wait until July. What do I think regarding Sanchez and De Cutler? I think they're completely two different players, and I think a lot of people are going to make the mistake um, of thinking that Sanchez is going to bring offensive play to Milan. Sanchez is not an offensive, is not someone that when he has the ball, he's not thinking about attacking. Sanchez, when he has the ball, he's thinking about playing. He's thinking about time. He's thinking about space. He's thinking about 1-2s. He's thinking about bringing the ball forward. Rather, De Cutler seems more like a player like Ilicic that as soon as he has the ball, his first instinct is to create an offensive play. A through ball, a diagonal, a dribble, right? So they're two kind of different players. Sanchez is more similar to Benacer or let's say Tonali maybe. De Cutler is more similar to Ilicic. So they're two kind of different players. But they could also be used in that role. Why can't De Cutler play right wing and Sanchez play camp? Now, De Cutler play right wing. He definitely likes to play on the wings according to his heat map. He likes to go to the wings and play diagonals. If you watch a lot of his assists are diagonals. He likes to go to the side and then put the diagonal in. But on the wing, I don't think he has the pace to be a winger, to be honest with you. I mean, he would be a winger. Honestly, guys, if you ask me, the best thing that could happen to us this Mercato is to have Leao on the left, De Catler as the attacking midfielder, and Zaniolo on the right. If we can have that trio right there, it's over. It's over. It's over for everybody. It is over for everybody because you literally have everything. You have everything. Zaniolo is someone that does cover the field, and he does work hard, even defensively. So Zaniolo definitely likes to play up and down the field more so than Leao. So you can still keep Leao a little bit more forward, have Zaniolo do a little bit of work. The Candler can play a little bit deeper. But that's like if you need an offensive team. But look, the other thing is like, balance is always going to be a factor. So we're going to see Milan play much more conservative, more than people want to think. We're probably going to see Salamakers again there. We're going to see Krunic. We're going to see Pobega. We're going to see these players that are not quality players, but they're quantity players because the quantity gives you that balance. And if you don't have balance on the field, you're not going to win any games. You don't win any games if you don't have balance. So it's not like we're only going to play with FIFA formations. That's not going to happen. If Sanchez, what's up, Skillert? How you doing? If Sanchez would play doctor in the hospital, that's funny. If Sanchez is cam, then left wing and right wing need to be done. What do you think if Milan brought Deulofeu? Deulofeu was it's been very good. He's definitely been very good, and every time I've seen him play, I've seen him. I think I saw him against us. Obviously, I saw him against Juve. I saw him against Inter. I think I saw him against Rome as well a little bit. And everything that he tries to do, he does it. When he wants to dribble, he can dribble. When he wants to create something, he usually can do it. So he's definitely growing. As a matter of fact, guys, Deulofeu was linked to Real Madrid yesterday. There were links Deulofeu to Real Madrid, so who knows? But Deulofeu, yeah, very good player. Very good player. Sanchez can play nurse. Sanchez can play the 8 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he can play the 8, he can play the 10. He can play those positions. But with Sanchez, our possession football is going to improve drastically. It's going to improve drastically. Now, the thing is, and Sanchez is definitely not Kessie, guys. Sanchez is shorter than Kessie. Sanchez is lighter than Kessie. Sanchez is 20 kilos lighter than Kessie. Okay, so we're not talking about a bulldozer in the middle of the park that is going to, body his way through the field like Kessie does, and Kessie does it brilliantly the way he does. Kessie's a top player, as a matter of fact. Sanchez is a possession football player. He's more like a Iniesta, Xavi kind of player. Light on the feet, agile, but very good with the 1-2s, very good with the quick touches, the one-touch football, the two-touch football, the walking pace football, the acceleration football, but it's all possession, possession, possession. So with Sanchez, we definitely improve in that arena. But we will still need muscle in the midfield. What's up, Hans? How you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's going on, man? How's it going?
Not much. Yeah, it's going well. I'm just streaming the Italy game.
Man, Roy, you're missing a lot of chat. I'm trying to get to it, guys. I'm trying to get to it. Sanchez can play nurse. Yeah, I saw that. Let's see. So who will be our true defensive midfielder next season? Well, who do we have? We have Tonali and we have Pobega and we have Benacer. But Benacer is not a pure defensive midfielder. The only
I
pure
wonder
defensive
if Benacer
midfielder...
is going to leave, honestly.
You think he's going to leave?
I think it's very possible. Because he's another guy that has only 2 years left on his contract.
As far as Benacer goes, and his contractual situation, what I'm worried about him is I wonder if he thinks he can get a better wage in a different club, especially because from the wages that I've seen Milan offer him, they're not that high. Maybe he thinks he deserves as much as Teo Hernandez. Maybe he thinks he deserves as much
I
as
thought we gave him as
whatever.
much as Teo. Like we gave him three
No.
and a half million,
Yeah, but Teo's gotten 4.5.
4.5. I thought it was at 4.
4 and bonuses goes to
Well,
half.
the bonuses for
Yeah,
but
and
I don't count the bonuses really.
and with Benacer it'd be 3 plus bonuses half. So I wonder if he thinks he can get a better salary. But regardless of Benacer, leave it or not, which defensive midfielders do we have? We have Pobega is probably the most defensive of them out of all. By the way, Pobega has renewed with Milan, and so far the reports are saying that Pobega is. They're going to give him his shot. They're going to give him his shot. Um, uh, I don't think we really have maybe Tonali, but who do we have as a defensive, like a real defensive midfielder aside from Pobega Hans? What do you think?
Well, Krunic and Tonali, they started the season and they did well together.
Krunic. Krunic could be a great defensive midfielder. Actually, Krunic as a defensive midfielder was essential to the Atalanta game because his tackles in front in our box pretty much one of them which led to Teo Hernandez's goal was so yeah, and Krunic is another player that we still have in the roster. So this is what I'm saying. Like I think next year we're still going to see these players. We're still going to see Salamakers. We're still going to see Krunic. Still going to see these players that the
Yeah, why
Milan
wouldn't
fans
we?
like to banter, etc.
They're champions, Italian champions.
Yeah, right. What are your feelings about Sanchez now?
Oh yeah, I hope he comes. Honestly, I think his wages though he wants like 5.5 million though net. So I don't know about that.
And if you were to make the choice between Sanchez and De Cutler, who would you choose?
Well, like I said in the chat, I think Decathlon, honestly, because he's younger. It's cheaper if you add in everything going into the deal. Wages and the transfer fee.
And
He's
how?
bigger. He can play a variety of positions, left-footed, set piece taker. Yeah.
And I mean, they're different kind of players, though. They're different kind of players, and they do different
Yeah.
roles. So, with De Cutler, how do you see Milan? How would you see Milan play with De Cutler? Like,
I think he would
give
play
me the
Cam,
double
second
pivot.
striker.
Give me the double pivot and the attacking mid and the 3 attacking midfielders. How would you see that work?
Well, the double pivot should be Tonali Benacer as it stands right now.
Okay.
That's pretty obvious. Then you have Leao, and hopefully you have De Ketelaere in the middle. That's where I would put him. And then hopefully Zaniolo on the right, because I think you
Okay.
can
Yeah.
get both of them.
So I agree with
Or
that.
you can
I
put
agree with
Sanchez
that.
on the right. Honestly,
I mean, I think that the most ideal situation would be something like that. You have Sanchez there in the mix. The most ideal situation would be this. You have Sanchez in the mix, but yes, Tonali, Benacer, De Catler. Or you can put Sanchez in, you can rotate him in there if you need, right? Depending on the game. But that attacking midfield trio, if we have Leao, De Catler, and Zaniolo, those 3 players, man, I see it very difficult to beat Milan in the next 20 years or something. I mean, that's a lot of quality. That's a lot of quality. If DeCaler turns out to be this player, right? Because I mean, look, we have to consider Belgium, and Belgium produces great players. And right now, arguably the best midfielder is Belgian, De Bruyne, and they're considered the number one FIFA ranked team. It's a country that produces a lot of offensive talent. Is DeCaler the next big Belgian player?
for sure he is.
You're sure about it?
I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know. For me,
he's
I don't
born
know. I can
2001,
tell
boy.
you that Zaniolo, because I know Italy is one of Italy's next stars. But De Keller, because I don't watch the league, I only see highlights or or that. I can't say that. I don't know. But you watch the league, right? You have more familiarity with the league than me.
Yeah, every now and then, yeah.
Okay.
I've seen probably like 10 games with him, maybe a dozen full matches.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot. I mean, 10 games is a lot.
Well,
So,
yeah, I mean,
so
he was in the Champions League. I was watching a few of those. I remember him playing against PSG, that opening game was really good. The 1-1 draw.
um, okay, another question about that. The question is, now I saw him, and what I saw is Ilicic, tall,
Mhm.
technical, not incredibly fast, but very clever in the short spaces. Um, uh, so I saw an Ilicic. Is this what is your impression? Who would you compare it to?
I think that's a decent comparison, but I think also he's a workhorse. It's pretty crazy the amount of work he does on the pitch because he's going all the way up and down. He's played left wing back sometimes, like they put him as like a wing back sort of, and he just kind of flows with the game everywhere. He just
Okay,
goes
so
all the
he
way
does a
back
lot
into his
of
box. Like he's box to box basically.
he's box to box.
Like he's running all over the place.
Gotcha.
And I don't see Ilicic putting in a shift like that. I've never seen him put in a shift like that.
Okay, so he's an Ilicic, but with also the box to box repertoire in his playing.
Yeah, like he will cover for his teammates. Like he will go all the way back to the byline if he has to defend across.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting, interesting. Yeah, I think that he is definitely a very interesting player. Let's see if it happens. We will find out. Skinner says the worst thing we can do after winning the title is buy bedridden players. Who are bedridden players, Skinner?
I think he's talking about Renato Sanchez, Zaniolo. He thinks they're too injury prone.
Oh, Renato Sanchez Zaniolo. Well, now listen. During the season, because of these constant links that have been happening between AC Milan and Berardi for years and years, and every single transfer window, the same journalists in Italy there, the ones there that work next to Milan, were saying that Pioli's number one target has always been is Berardi. This season is Berardi. Is this the season that it's actually going to happen?
I hope not. I hope it's Zaniolo. Zaniolo is a perfect fit for us, and Roma they can grab Berardi. And last I heard, I was reading that Roma's they will accept like a 2-year installment, of like maybe 25 million or so to get up to 50. If that's the case, I would snatch your hand out, Like that's crazy, that deal.
Yeah.
You pay 25 million and then 25 million next year. That's crazy to get
The
Zaniolo.
the only issue that I have with Zaniolo is this: that the fact that Di Maria looks like he's out of the picture, and the fact that if you go today in the say if you go into semprejuve.com, Zaniolo is right there in some of the articles. So the only I don't want to call it a fear, but the only um, let's say obstacle I see is Juventus, and I think if we go into a bidding war with Juventus, we have no chance right now. We don't have unless this club surprises us,
Well, at
and
least make Juventus pay more for him. Like we got to at least go into the bidding war, I think.
yeah, I mean we'll see what will happen. Regardless, I don't think we're going to win it the bidding war. I mean,
Yeah,
do you
that's
think we're
fine.
going to win a bidding war against Juventus?
Uh Not if they really want him, no. If they really want him, then they're gonna get him.
Yeah, I think that Zaniolo is one of the players that they definitely believe in, and also Juventus, out of all the Italian clubs, is the club that has more of this thing about creating this Italian identity, all this stuff. So Zaniolo is definitely a real target for them, and they've been talking about him for a long time. Um,
I don't know how
I
they
don't.
can fit all these guys on their team. How do you have Zaniolo and Chiesa? I don't understand that.
Well, the thing about Chiesa is that Chiesa can play on the left and on the right as equally as good. So if you have Zaniolo on the right, you put Chiesa on the left, and you put Vlahovic in the middle. So it still works out. and or you can put Chiesa in the middle and Zaniolo on the right. Chiesa can play all three of those positions. They got very lucky with
Mm.
Chiesa. But essentially, that was the same thing with Di Maria. Di Maria is a right winger, and
Well,
they
then
want
I
to do the
guess we
same.
get Renato Sanchez, and instead of Zaniolo for 50 million, maybe you get like Scamacca, get a like a real good forward, Italian forward.
So you're no for Berardi. You're just no for
No,
Berardi.
I wouldn't go for it, honestly. Like you can play Renato Sanchez there, you can play
Right.
Salamakers there, you can play Krunic there, you can play De Ketelaere there.
I understand
There's no
that,
need for it.
but if we are to consider what Pioli has been saying about it, if it's true,
Yeah.
like you can only assume that that is most likely going to happen then Scamacca, right?
Yeah,
Or not?
I guess so, if that's what he's been saying the whole time. He just wants
If it's
Berardi,
true, this is the
Berardi.
thing. Like we don't know what if these journalists what they say is true. I mean, a lot of these journalists sometimes say things that are completely false. But one of the things that has been consistent every transfer market is when they talk about the list that Pioli makes for the team, who is first target. Berardi has always been the first guy.
I mean, it's hard to ignore him, like what he's done this season, and he has been pretty consistent. Berardi, that is. And if you look at
Yeah.
Zaniolo, his numbers in Serie A, it doesn't even compare.
You know what? The thing about Zaniolo and his numbers, they don't worry me. They don't
They
worry me.
don't worry me either. That's why I've been saying Zaniolo the whole time.
No, no, no. Look, I agree that Zaniolo is the best target. I agree. That Zaniolo should be the target number one because of his age, because of his potential, because of his. I mean, you talk about athleticism, right? It's something that you talk about a lot. I mean, we're
Yes.
talking about a super freak of nature when we talk about Zaniolo. We're talking about like Leao, a player with explosive power, with a speed that is on the
Yeah.
ball, speed super explosive, a physical beast that runs up and down. And in Europe, he scored many goals.
In the Conference League, yeah, against mostly lower sides, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but I don't take that as a factor because it's all
Well,
about
still
mentality.
Europe, I suppose.
It's all about mentality in Europe. I mean, Roma lost 6-2 against Bodo Glimt with Pellegrini, Abraham, and Mkhitaryan. Are these bad players? No, they don't have. It's Zaniolo in Europe scored in and out goals, and he had something like 6 assists and 5 goals. That's like 11 goal contribution in Europe. That's not bad.
Yeah, I
Those are
think his
decent numbers.
numbers in Serie A were like 2 goals, 5 assists, so it wasn't horrible, I think.
I mean,
But
it's pretty
obviously, he can
bad.
do much
Honestly, it's
better.
pretty bad. I would say those are pretty bad numbers. And also,
Yeah,
he had
it
10
is.
yellow cards and 2 red cards. So
Yeah.
these are things to consider
Well, I
when
think he's a winner and he doesn't like playing with losers. And Roma,
right.
let's face it, they're losers.
Well, look, he definitely has attitude, right? He's an attitude. He's one of these players
In a good
with
way, I think.
attitude.
I think it's in a good way. He's a winner. He's a
I don't
fighter.
know. You could say it's in a good way. If you ask me, I would say it doesn't do good for his game. But you can say that there's positive. It's positive that he is energetic and he wants to win. I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying.
It can be curbed into being a positive trait, I think.
It
He's still
needs to be
young.
curbed. It needs to be trained. He needs to go in a club where he's been they give him responsibilities of a player that really needs to hold a lot of weight on his shoulders. So he has to calm down. He can't just piss off the referee and get into fights and skirmishes. It can't be about himself anymore. At Milan, it's not about you. It's about the team. At Roma, he can kind of get away with that, but not at Milan. You can't get away with that at Milan.
I think fighting back from that double ACL injury, you know, you have to have a lot of spirit inside of you to come back like that and come back the way he has. And I think he's taken that, with him on the field, on the pitch.
Yeah, no, and the injury, the double ACL thing, honestly does not worry me. It does not worry me, especially with today's technology. I mean, I think in today's methodologies and the knowledge that they have today, like, whatever. If he's going to
No,
get,
it doesn't worry me either. He
it can
played a
happen
lot of
again.
minutes.
Yeah. let me go to the comments. Let's see what our friends in the comments are saying. Messias has better stats than Zaniolo in Serie A this season, playing less minutes. Very true. Very true. Zaniolo's offensive stats are
If you're
very
looking at two
poor.
stats, assist and goal, sure.
Assist and goal. Yeah, maybe Zaniolo has better stats in other departments. I don't know which ones. We'd have to check. Skillert says, for 70 million, I'd put in a bid for Chiesa instead. I 100% agree. 100%
Yeah,
agree.
there's no way I would get Zaniolo for 70 million. They're not talking about that though, I think.
Yeah, yeah. And if Zaniolo goes to 70 million and Juventus wants to pay 70 million for him, which they would, they could. They paid
For
60
sure.
for Chiesa. They paid 75 for Vlahovic. These fuckers are crazy.
Yep.
They're crazy. Who even pays 50 million for a 2-year contract player? I mean, that's the thing. I don't think he's going to cost those prices. I don't think he's going to
It
cost those
depends on the
prices.
competition. If Juventus is really there and interested, then his price could go up, I guess. I'm hoping that Maldini's doing a lot of work right now trying to get this deal finished.
Yeah, let's see.
Because
Let's see.
for what I heard today was like 25 million this transfer window, and then next summer another 25 million, which
Oh,
would
you
be
mean as far as are you talking about
incredible.
Zaniolo, like in two
Yes,
payments?
Zaniolo. That's what I read today.
Okay. That's
Because
not bad.
they
That's a
don't want
pretty good
players
deal,
for
my man. I
months.
would fucking do that right away. I
I
wouldn't
know,
even wait.
exactly. And then we sell Rebic, bring in
Yeah.
Renato
I
Sanchez, bring in
I think
Decathlon.
your buddy now Lang is probably coming in for Rebic
Yeah, probably. I mean,
because
if it's for Leao, that's awful.
I don't think it's for Leo. No, I said earlier. I don't know if you watched from the beginning, but I said earlier in the stream, and it's kind of something that Lard alluded to. If we're getting now Lang, De Cutler, and Zaniolo, all three of these players, it's because we're selling
Mm,
Lao. Like you can
yeah.
sell Lao and you can get these three players. And my question I had from the chat earlier is: would you sacrifice one top player to get three top
No,
players?
no, we don't need to. We're not that kind of club. We can get
I
rid
mean,
of
I would
Rebic
keep Lao.
instead.
Of course, the best
Yeah.
option would be to keep Lao one. But I mean, it's
I'm
not a bad option if you lose Lao and you get three players. Like you're not crying, right? I mean, it's not the end of the world.
I mean, no, you wouldn't be crying, I suppose. I mean, I said that before. If Leao's not going to accept the deal, we got to sell him this summer. I've been saying that as well. Same goes for Benacer. If it's not done by like the end of July, they got to go.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. These two players are definitely the two players that are, when it comes to contract renewals, it's the ones that have the biggest
I think it's
high
the ones
stakes.
that will give you probably, well, not the most money, but certainly a lot of money.
Well,
Leao
yeah,
maybe the most, Benacer quite a bit.
right now they're the two most important ones because everybody else is secured. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
nobody
see.
else is on the market.
SSB28 says sometimes a player can get injured because of the medical team. Real Madrid is notorious for not having the best medical team to the point that CR7 brought in the Portugal team doctors. Wow, I did not know that.
I
Nice.
didn't know that either.
Nice little trivia there. Nice little trivia. I like that. Sometimes a player can be injury prone at one team and not another. Yeah, different methodologies, training methodologies, definitely can
Yeah.
affect that. Yeah.
I mean, we
Berardi,
had a good 6 months with injuries somehow. Milan Lab.
no, the way, obviously, look, they fixed something. They definitely fixed something because
Yeah.
the end of the season, the last 2 months, we were injury free for the whole 2 months. So
Yeah, exactly.
they got it right finally. Berardi is perfect for Milan. He's at his prime currently. I mean, I wouldn't be complaining if Berardi joins Milan. No
I
way.
I I couldn't complain either, I guess, if he does
You would
come.
just you're
I
just
would accept it.
really
Of course I would support it and support
yeah,
him.
but you would really want Zaniolo or someone else or
I would
DeCatler.
because they're more explosive, they're younger, they can get better,
The
you know.
younger thing, because we're talking 5 years, right? It's a lot. Zaniolo's
Yeah.
22. Berardi is 27 going to 28. So
And I don't think he fits our system, really. I don't think Berardi tracks back as much as Zaniolo. Zaniolo
well,
fights on defense.
oh no, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I like
Because
that.
Zaniolo, you can actually also use Zaniolo as a mezzala, as a center right
Much
midfielder.
better counter-attacking player, also because of his explosiveness.
Yeah, definitely different kind of players. Definitely, but both. I mean, Berardi is going to give you numbers too for sure. Jesse Lingard is target number one. I don't know
What?
about that. Roy, how much would you pay for Zaniolo? I would say like 40 million is reasonable.
I would go to 50 if it's like that
I
installment,
don't know if I would go to
the
50.
25 and 25.
25, 25.
For sure, I'd do that.
Maybe.
I'd
Yeah,
bite your
maybe if
hand
it's
off for
in two
that
seasons
deal.
like that, or 13, 13, 13 kind of thing.
That even better.
Yeah, or whatever it would be. No, or whatever it would be.
That
Yeah,
would be
maybe.
like 40 million.
Yeah. No. Maybe if it's that kind of deal, yeah, possibly. How much would you be happy to pay for Zanura? Yeah. So I would say 40 million, maybe 50 million if we're going to if it's divided. But I'm not a big fan of spending like crazy amounts of money for players. I don't know if it's a bias thing. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that.
Well, yeah, I think when you spend a huge amount of money on a player, there's always a lot more pressure on them. Also, I don't like to put a lot of pressure on younger players. I think that might have been Vlahovic's problem a little bit, having that big of a price tag, that big of a
Yeah.
magnifying glass on him.
Guys, I mean, buying a 22-year-old whatever for 75 million and giving him 7 million a season and
Yeah,
expecting him to carry your
that
team,
too.
a 22-year-old that is just plain stupid. That is just stupid.
Yeah. I mean, it's so much money they can get lost with that money, and then also like I said, the pressures of living up to the expectations. You gotta have like a special kind of mind to deal with that kind of pressure, I think.
But you need experience, yeah. Anyway, let's keep on reading. I don't want to let Rebic go. The guy is mental in a good way. Well, so is now Lang mental.
Yeah, seriously. I've watched plenty of Noah Lang. Believe me, he's mental. He's absolutely mental.
No, Lang gives me I don't know. Milan seems to be okay with these kind of characters. You know, kind of like
I'm okay with it too, I guess. But the thing about Noah Lang is he tries to sound like Zlatan, and he's like he's not as big as him. I don't know who he's trying to impress or scare, or I don't understand it.
I wonder if, let's say, he does
Just
join Milan.
let your technique and let your goals do the talking.
Right, he's got the arrogant thing about him, the arrogant
Yeah,
vibe
but his
about him.
numbers aren't even as good as the Kettler, so I don't know what
Right.
he's talking about.
I wonder if, let's say, in the locker room when he is with Ibra, if he challenges Ibra
Well, he's gonna
in
get knocked
the
out then.
in the department of alphaness, you know, because Ibra likes to be the alpha of the group. I wonder
Yeah,
if the Keller would challenge him, and I wonder what that interaction would be. But I think that players like Ibra enjoy the banter with
for
these kind of
sure, for
with
sure.
these guys that challenge his alphaness and all that crap.
Calabria was pretty solid, Red John. If you're still here,
Yeah, Italy looking good.
but I mean it's Hungary. What do you expect, really?
Hungary,
Although they did beat France, I
they
guess.
beat
But
France. Not France, England.
oh yeah, sorry, England.
England. Italy looked good against Germany too. Man, this is what I hate about Italy. I cannot stand it. Every time this team wins a trophy, these motherfuckers think they
They
have
get too
their
cocky.
huh?
They get too cocky.
They get cocky.
They
They
rest on
think
their laurels.
they rest on their
Yeah,
laurels, and then you gotta stomp them on the ground and just make them into clowns again for them to
just humble them. They got to be
yeah.
humble.
They gotta get humbled.
Well, they should be humbled after Macedonia or North Macedonia, I
And
should say.
Argentina too. I'm sure that humbled them. Not making the World Cup,
Yeah, I mean that was
but
a friendly though.
Uh, Friendly. It was a friendly, but it was also a cup. It was a Mickey Mouse Cup, I'll give you that. But I'm sure it hurt. I'm sure it hurt the players to see Messi and those guys jump and celebrate. Yeah, no, they look like fools, man. No excuses. They look like clowns. Alan GRG, that's why I won the league this season with the same medical team. Let's see what else we got in the chat. We won the league because we should Maguire defensive. What? I like it. Chat wars.
Somebody's saying
Yeah,
if Leao gives you the same excitement as Pato. Majdet and Certi.
not really, because Pato's first impact in the team was stratospheric.
It
Leao,
was.
we had to fucking suffer through some really shit games when it comes to Leao. Really shit games. But Pato, when
Unfortunately,
he came,
Pato, by the time he was like Leao's age coming here, he was already getting into injury problems.
oh yeah, he could not get
When
any
he
kind
was
of
like
continuity.
17, he was like a ridiculous star already.
Yeah.
17, 18.
That game against Napoli is unbelievable, like what he did there, and then he continued to perform in the Champions League in Europe, in the national squad. So no, Pato when he started, different kind of player, different kind of. Honestly, Leao, for me, I'll be quite honest, from an aesthetic point of view, the way Leao plays football is not something that drives me crazy, but he's very
Really?
effective. He will get around players easily, and he'll put the ball in where it needs to be put. He's got the pace. He knows he's got the pace. He finally knows that he can take on players, so he takes on players easily. But his technique is not spectacular, guys. I mean, it really isn't. Like
I
spectacular technique is Ronaldinho, Messi,
yeah.
Ronaldo, not Cristiano, the other Ronaldo.
I mean, I think
Sorry,
Leao is technically better than Pato.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Really.
I don't think
Because
so.
Pato, he drove me nuts like towards the end of his Milan career. Like he was just a poacher basically, just standing stagnant in the box, getting tap-ins.
I mean, definitely something happened to Potter for sure. But his
Yeah,
control of the
unfortunately.
ball was crazy good for a 17. I mean, Leao as well. Yeah, I'm not saying Leao is super high level. But if you were to compare Leao's control of the ball to, let's say, Mbappe's control of the ball, who would you
No.
rate higher?
Yeah, of course Mbappe. That's why he's the best in the world,
And who would
arguably.
you rate higher, De Ketelaere or Leao?
Technically, just pure
Control of the
technique.
ball. Control of the ball.
Okay, first touch. Probably Leao. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Kettler, I don't know if it's he just has like a
Well, that's
lapse in
not good then.
concentration, but he can sometimes just give the ball away.
Okay, but I
Sometimes.
mean, all the players give the ball away. I mean,
Yeah.
so you okay? Again, I cannot make the comparisons because I have not never seen a Club Brugge game any in the past 10 years. I think
If
so.
we're talking about
So are
technique,
you telling me that
the
Leao is
Kettler all
technically
day.
better than De Ketelaere
But
in
first
how you?
touch, I think Leao might actually take it.
Okay, all right. What about control of the ball?
Just the first touch, like the first touch that Leao has, usually he can take it and run with the ball. The Kettler, sometimes he takes a first touch and he just loses it. Like I don't know if it's his because he's young, but like especially in the Champions League matches that I watched, like against Leipzig, for example, he had a really bad game. I would say he was giving the ball away.
Okay, all right. Well, all right.
Yep.
So
But he's
let's
also
move on.
several years younger than Leao, so
How old is he?
you got to take that into consideration. He's born
How
in
old is?
March 2001, so he's 21, just turned 21.
Okay, so he's
So
one
he was
year
like 20.
younger.
I
1 year younger. Okay. All right, okay. If Pato
think
played in
Leao was born in
today's,
99, so he's 2 years younger.
gotcha. All right, that's a big difference. Of that age, it's a big difference. But I'm surprised. I don't really consider Leao a technical master, so I'm surprised you said that.
Well, if we're
I
talking about technique, like how you strike the ball and how
no,
you
I'm talking
pass the
about how
ball,
you manage the ball, how you How you
Dribble, first
caress
touch,
the ball
or
with your feet. How you paint pictures with the ball. Like Ibrahimovic is a master technician. I don't consider Leao a master technician.
okay, well then I would give it to the De Ketelaere probably. If you're talking about like interesting first touches, De Ketelaere then probably. I was just
I would
considering like
imagine so
on
because of
average,
the
how
role.
well can you control the ball and then do what you want to do immediately? Because Leao, I think, is pretty good at that. He takes like one touch and he's gone, basically.
Right, that's Lao's strength. Lao's strength is that he can put the ball into the space and he can get into that space faster than you can, and then he can just keep on
Yeah.
going and going and
I
going.
mean, his first touch, it's maybe not like to his feet, but he'll like flick it into space where he wants it to be, you
Right,
know?
and he's definitely grown. His awareness of his speed is become great because now it's almost impossible to catch the ball from him. As a matter of fact, if you look at the two goals, even all three goals that we scored against Sassuolo, like especially the first two, the where he puts the ball and how he uses his body, it's impossible to catch him. Like he knows that he is better than you. Like he can run faster than you, that he can go around you.
Yep.
Very interesting. All right, if do you agree with this? If Pato played in today's game with the technology, I don't think he would have been as injury prone. Is that maybe? What do you think?
I mean, maybe there's a lot more technology for sure today.
Wow,
It was
Kalulu
always they were
value.
always talking about
Sorry.
his stride being weird. That's what they were always talking about with Pato, that his running stride needed to
Yeah,
be
he
fixed.
was kind of weird. That right? He kind of had a weird run, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is true. I definitely remember that. Wow, Kalulu value is 30 million now, and Lao 70 million.
On transfer market, or what do you mean?
Yeah, where do you mean, Daniel? Transfer market?
Because Leao for sure we're not selling for 70 million.
Right.
And Kalulu we're not going to sell for 30 either. I doubt that.
Kalulu, I mean, again, if the
Kalulu is
benchmark,
priceless. You don't even know how high this guy is going to go yet.
right, right, and if the benchmark is Maguire, then Kalulu should go at least for 50.
Maguire. Oh man.
I mean, guys, I don't want to offend anybody, but if that's the benchmark for how much you're going to pay a defender, then Kalulu should be 50. These are the people that
Kalulu would
set the
be
market.
100 then.
These are the people
He's
that
so
set
much
the
better.
market.
Did you see the thing that I sent in the group chat though about
Well, what's that?
speaking of defenders? No, I had the day off today, so I was doing quite a bit of research on your favorite site, SofaScore, looking at left-footed central defenders, and the results were interesting. Matteo Vitti, had like the highest rating out of anybody defensively. It was very bizarre.
Rating. What brought his rating? Like what
Well,
exactly
I
about
think
his
his
rating?
tackles, his interceptions, the rate that he was getting those, and his
Mattia Viti.
clearances. Matteo Vitti, yeah, which was ridiculous, I thought. Like he was beating players like Eric Laporte, and Bastoni.
And where does he play?
He plays at Empoli. Matteo
Mattia
Vitti. We
Viti.
were kind of linked to him before.
And he's a
I don't
central
know about
defender.
now. Yeah, and he's left-footed as well.
Okay.
That really surprised me because I looked at probably 20 defenders that were all left-footed,
Mm.
and he was the highest rated. And basically his numbers were off the charts, kind of like Kalulu and Tamori were this season. He had like similar numbers like they did.
Gotcha.
So I
Okay,
don't
I'll
know.
check him out. I'll check him out.
I guess he's the one to go for. I don't know. He's I think he's 2 years younger than Botman even. And
Okay, he
Botman
plays him
is
at the
young.
21.
Yeah, he's I think 20 years old. He just turned 20, Matteo Vitti. But I wonder if it's because Empoli they're under more pressure, so they have to defend more. There's a lot of things that could maybe raise his statistics, I guess. I don't know. But for sure, when you look at his rating, like his overall was like a 92 or something like that, something ridiculous. And then if you look like at his defensive statistics, he was getting his rate of like intercepting the ball, his rate of tackling. They were all higher than Botman. His rate of clearing the ball, higher than Botman.
He doesn't look
Everything.
incredible technically. He doesn't, I'm saying.
Are you watching the video, or what do you mean? Are you looking at stats?
No, I'm looking at him.
Yeah, he's okay. He reminds me of Gabia, I guess, like technically.
Okay.
Who's pretty decent. Gabia has good technique, I think, for a defender.
What was his passing rate like?
I don't remember. I was just looking at the defensive statistics.
Mm.
I mean, if you watch his highlights, his passing was fine in my eyes. But those are highlights, I suppose.
Yeah, a player that I've never considered. I think the first time I've ever really what have I heard about it? Maybe in passing, but I don't even know this player.
I've read some articles that were linking us to him before.
Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, last year, right? I think so. I think
maybe maybe like last winter or this
last
spring.
winter and the summer. I think I remember this name from there. Okay, so he had a decent season with Empoli. Empoli had a really good season overall. So
yeah, he had like a breakout season. There's two players from Empoli that are interesting. Like we could get another Benacer from them as well. This kid named Aslani.
Yep.
Yes. And he looks really good too.
Yeah.
I like
Empoli
him a lot.
has a bunch of good players. They even have a number 10. What's his name? Number 10?
Bajrami or something. Berami? I don't know.
Berami is very good. Pinamonti is very good.
Yeah, Pinamonti from Inter.
They have Parisi, that Parisi kid there, very good.
Yeah, that's true, Parisi.
They have very interesting players that are not very expensive. Because I think Aslani, I've seen like his value is something like 3 million. So you can
I think I've read articles. Yeah, exactly, like 10 million. That's pretty much his transfer price.
Yeah. So if you
and I think Inter are looking at him as well right now as like a Brozovic solution.
Yeah, correct.
So hope he doesn't go there because he does look really good. Very young also.
Empoli played very good. Empoli, but yeah. Let's see what else here. Alan says we need a striker still this season. Origi not enough, Roy. That guy hasn't even done his medical because he is not fit. Guys, Hungary has scored again. No. I think it was an own goal. Italy scored an own goal.
Was it Mancini?
I think it's a Mancini own goal.
I don't know.
Italy put in their clown shoes once again here just to entertain us because Italy is the circus now. So Italy has put their clown shoes on, and we have an own goal. Let's look at it. Yeah, there you go. Mancini with the clown shoes offers us entertainment. Anyway, sorry, you were saying?
I think they were talking about a striker, and Origi's too injury prone.
Origi is not enough. Yeah, Origi, Giroud. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, what's his face? He's available for 15 million from Empoli. Pinamonti. That's an
bad option at all.
That's an easy choice. But also De Ketelaere, he plays striker.
I've heard this. I've heard that De Ketelaere could also be used as a
100% he can. 100% he can play striker.
Yeah, I agree.
He enjoys it as well. That's where he gets most of his goals. That's where he scores most of his goals, playing striker, when he's allowed to.
Yeah, no, these players here with that kind of game are actually usually good as strikers. So that's true that De Ketelaere could cover in that role as well. I guess it would have to be a team that a lot of players interchange in roles. But like pure center forwards, like we only have Giroud really, because is Origi a pure center forward? I don't know. You guys in chat tell me.
I think so. Yeah, I would consider him a center forward. Like he's big. He's like 6'2" almost. 6'2".
But I mean, the fact that he's
Yeah, the
big.
way that he plays the game, yeah, I would say so. Like he
Okay.
can,
All right. Have you seen
he's
him play a lot?
physical. I mean, he doesn't play a lot, period.
Yeah, that's
But
something
I
to
definitely saw
consider.
him against Milan, and I've seen him in other games before in the
I
past.
do remember him against us. He definitely had the vibes of a very okay. This is what I remember. Some of you won't like this. I remember him being a very poor technical player that was mostly like a physical threat rather than a technical threat. And he scored. He scored. It was very lucky. His goal for us was because Tomori, the best defender in the world, maybe made a mistake. That's it. The ball just went under his feet.
Yeah, he's not the most technical for sure. I would consider more technical than Giroud though. Maybe.
More technical than Giroud. Well, I mean, it doesn't
Maybe.
take much. Let's also be honest. It doesn't take much.
Giroud
Giroud,
scored a scorpion kick goal
Giroud is
back
a
in the day.
great goal scorer. He's a great goal scorer, and he can score some crazy goals. But when it
He
comes to
can.
controlling the ball and his layoffs are fucking, oh my god, they're a
That I
nightmare.
don't know about Origi. I don't know about his layoff game really.
His
I don't know if
layoff
he
game.
has that down.
Well, one thing that Skamaka definitely has down is his layoff game. I
And
would
I wouldn't
assume.
mind Scamacca over Zaniolo. Because then we have
Skamaka.
like four strikers if we get to Ketelar as well.
Okay, okay. So listen, let's use this comment to open this conversation, and then let's keep on going to the other comments because there's many comments here that we're missing out. But
Yeah.
we need a striker still this season. Origi not enough. So let's open the conversation. Just 1 second about Skamaka. Skamaka was heavily linked to Inter. All right, but Inter, something has changed in the Inter world. Lukaku wants to have a quick divorce with Chelsea, and he is pushing to go back to Inter. If if Inter gets Lukaku, I don't think they're going to go for Scamacca anymore. But maybe they will. But I don't think so. But that means that there's a door open there for Scamacca. Where could Scamacca go?
Only
If he's
Milan.
if he
Or
stays at
abroad.
Sassuolo, he's a moron. He's a moron. I'm sorry, but if he stays at Sassuolo, he's a moron. Where could he go? He can't go
I
to
guess he could
Napoli.
go to Rome, but I doubt he wants to do that and become like Lazio's next big thing or something, playing behind
Right.
Immobile.
Now,
I don't
he
know.
is a Romanista, right? He was born in Rome. He comes from that academy, whatever. He
Yeah,
could go back to Rome, but that position is already taken by Abraham.
yeah.
So,
And I don't think they're getting rid of Abraham anytime
right. So,
soon.
Abraham is a long term investment. So, obviously, Abraham is your main guy. Napoli, you got Osimhen. Osimhen is the main guy. You have Petagna, who is older. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Scamacca's
We'll have to
best
see if
choice
there's
is,
some if one of them loses striker, if Osimhen goes or if
yeah,
Abraham
exactly,
goes,
exactly. Yeah,
then it opens the
it
door
opens the
for
door.
Scamacca.
If Osimhen leaves Napoli, I see Scamacca going to Napoli. But we don't think these players are leaving. So right now, today, his best choice is probably Milan.
Yeah,
If you
obviously.
look at the landscape of the teams,
I mean, maybe he doesn't like that Giroud and Origi are there. I don't know.
or or he wants to be a little Pussy and go to Fiorentina.
Oh no, I can't
And
see him doing that. That's a sideways move.
yeah, but listen, these Italian players today have no character. They're scared. Today, Italian players are scared of competition. I don't know what the hell is going on. Actually, I gotta see. We gotta wait for Scamacca. We gotta see Raspadori, etc. We gotta see Zaniolo. But I like Tonali is the example. Tonali, in order to play in a top four team, he reduced his salary. He pushed his club to sell. He got involved, and he said no way, and that paid off because as a 21-year-old, he was one of the best players of the tournament, and he won the Scudetto. What the fuck is Frattesi doing at Sassuolo? What has Belotti been doing at Torino? All your career, you're there playing for the 16th spot. Guys, Tonali is the example. Locatelli is an example. Chiesa is an example. These guys
Hmm.
should be the people to follow. And so,
Yeah, they
so then
definitely
in
had more
Italy,
ambition.
what's that?
They definitely had more ambition.
Yeah, they have to be ambitious. Scamacca has to show ambition.
I think he's ambitious. He went abroad already, I think,
Right, he
in the
was at
past.
PSV. PSV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kengu says Arsenal are linked with him. I read that as well. I don't
Uh,
think he wants to go there though.
right, right. The articles were saying that he. The other thing about Italian players is this: that Italian players don't like to go abroad. They like the comfort of their little villages, if you want to call them that, in Italy. And it's just so, guys. I'm Italian. I know this. Okay, I'm saying this because I know this. Like they like to talk, stay the family. Italy is all about family. It's all about being with the mom, with the dad, with the grandmother, with the grandfather. Everybody is there knit together. So it's very difficult for Italians to go outside. They would rather play at Sassuolo their entire career than go outside.
Yeah.
Berlusconi's daughter destroyed Pato. Is that so, huh? Berlusconi's daughter canceled 60 million deal of Pato with PSG, right? I didn't know about that. Is that true?
Pato denies it, I think, in an interview. I don't know what happened really.
Interesting,
He
guys.
was
Look at
saying that he
this.
was ready to
Yeah.
go. I don't know.
When was this?
Oh, he gave like a really, really extensive interview recently.
Did he mention like the year? Like was this when PSG like when Ibra left to PSG?
I don't know exactly. He was just talking about like how he was linked and then he was very really saddened when Milan fans were angry that he didn't go to PSG. He said like that he didn't stop it from happening or something. That wasn't his fault that it didn't happen or something like that along those
Oh, okay.
lines.
I haven't read that interview. I saw snippets of it. I didn't see the whole thing. Hungary pressing right now. Italy is surviving. But anyway,
Yep.
game is still going. Italy 2, Hungary 1. Let's read a few more comments here. Leipzig. Oh, reports are claiming Juve will go for Berardi if they fail to sign Di Maria. Guys, there's going to be what they say in Italian a waltzer. They say in Italian of players. If Berardi goes to Juve, then Zaniolo goes to Milan, or Roma. If Berardi goes to Roma, Zaniolo to Juve, this other guy to Milan. It's going to be a weird, intricate chain of events that is going to be happening. Now, Berardi to Juve, because I'm very familiar with the Juventus world. Juventus
He
fans
already
would know.
was at Juventus, wasn't he?
Yeah, but the Juventus fans don't rate him at all. Inter fans don't rate him at all. Juventus fans don't rate him at all. The only ones that kind of rate him are Milan fans, and then the teams below.
That tells you something though. That's a problem.
Well, I think that Juventus fans are stupid, and I think that Inter fans are stupid too. I think the problem is with them, it's not with the player.
They're all wrong.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Like sometimes I hear what these fans talk about, and they talk about players like they think are these phenomenal players. Like what, bro? You got these guys. They're so jaded and so it's. I don't know. Let's not even go there. Leipzig is a team that will give you space with the way German teams high press their forwards and with high line and space in the back. If you have a bad touch against Leipzig, it's not good. I don't know what you're referring to here. Nkunku plays for Leipzig. In the end, everyone will
I
go
don't
for
know.
Berardi while we're stuck with Roma asking 80 million for Zaniolo. I mean, yes, Alan. Essentially, that could happen. If Roma is asking for crazy prices and people are looking for wingers, we know Berardi wants to leave because this time now it's not a secret anymore. Carnevale of Sassuolo has said it many times that they're all up for grabs, essentially. Um, uh, so if Zaniolo is going to cost too much, we're going to have to go in a bidding war with Berardi. And I think these players, where we can compete with these players, are the wages, because people say, okay, so let's go for Mahrez. All right, but Mahrez, I don't,
No.
this is my personal opinion. Mahrez has a very nice contract and has a very beautiful life in London. He has no intention of diminishing his contract and changing where he
Hell no.
lives. He's very
And
happy
he's
where he is.
also like 31, I think. He's on the down, that's for sure.
Yeah. Uh,
And he
it
doesn't press.
he well yeah his heat map is pretty poor when it comes to the defense. But let's also maybe blame Guardiola's football. Is Zaniolo worth it, you guys? We are wasting some names concentrating on him, and they're asking for way too much. Well, which names are we wasting? Safe, you tell us. Roy, you see Calabria playing. I'm seeing, guys, but I'm paying a lot of attention to this too. I'm kind of glancing in and out. It looks like a decent game. Italy's playing well. Italy's playing well, but that's as much as I can say about it. Transfer market just amazed of a rise in one season. Right? Okay, let's keep on going. Now, Maguire is someone everyone should look up to. Nobody can be more than Maguire.
Oh,
Maguire is
Man U
literally
fan.
responsible for ruining football.
Kangu
Because
brought him to the Man United. He told me.
Once you start paying 80 million for players like this, you have ruined football forever. You have ruined football forever. You have set a benchmark that just I don't know, and also what these I don't know, guys. I don't want to get into the Super League talk. You can use stats for defenders. A team that sits backs in low block will inflate.
Yeah, he's talking about the Empoli defender VT, I think.
VT.
I'm just saying, that's what the stats said.
Right.
And I looked at his highlights, and he looks good to me. Cheaper than Botman. Way cheaper.
Thank you, Pete. Really appreciate it. Pete says, great job, Roy and the boys, for putting in the hours on these vids for all the Milan fans of the world. Forza Milan and fuck off Interista from Australia. Thank you, Pete. Okay, let's be honest, though, Hans. Like,
Sure.
let's look at Empoli when we played against them. Like, they had a pretty poor defense. So, it's not like any of those players shined when we played against them.
I don't know if VT was playing, honestly, because he's missed some games
I
as
don't know
well.
either. I honestly wouldn't know either.
I could check right now.
Maguire still plays ahead of Tomori. Still, Southgate is high as F.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the chat a bit, the group chat. I don't know how that happens.
Laughed my ass off. I remember Vieden getting 2 yellow cards against Aswell in 30 seconds and getting sent off, but he's not bad, to be honest. Guys, I just don't remember any about this player. Like the video, guys. Please like the video, guys.
He's young. He definitely made some big mistakes, I think, this season.
Okay. Empoli were playing open football, so his stats are not like sitting back teams such as Juve. Okay, good counter, good counter. I like this tennis match that is being played here in the chat. Like the
and
video.
he didn't
Thank
play
you,
against
Skitter.
Milan. Both the matches he didn't play. He was on the bench.
He didn't play against Milan, guys.
Nope.
He did not play against Milan. So this is probably why I'm just not very familiar with him. A lot of these players I discover when they play against us.
He did really well against Napoli. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Like at the end of the season, he did really well against Osimhen.
Okay, good. Like the video if you think Krunic is worth more than Leao, guys. Like the video if you think Krunic is worth more than Leao.
Is that really going to help us though, Skillard?
Guys, I think we all love Krunic. Everybody loves Krunic. Germany has scored. Oh, Germany-England right now, guys. Germany is facing off against England. Interesting. And Germany has scored? Gabia's technique reminds me of Bambi on ice. Damn.
What? Gabia is good technically, I think, for a defender.
No, I think he's very good technically, yeah.
Yeah.
I think what he lacks is explosiveness, but aside from that,
he's a confidence player too, I feel like. Like, he can have really bad games, but he can also play really well if the team is playing really well.
Yeah.
If the team is.
Like, his tactically, he's very good. Technically, he's very good. Obviously, he got caught against Vlahovic that one time.
Yeah.
You can discuss maybe his speed or whatever. Okay, yeah, Italy on goal. We already saw that.
Red John says Asllani is going to Inter. I hope that's not the case.
Whoa. What is this, guys? What is this? How long is Tomori out with the what? He got injured, Tomori?
Excuse me?
he got injured. Did Tomori get injured? Let me try and catch up, guys, with all the comments here. Origi is... Guys, listen, I don't know, man. You tell me why the guy doesn't play, man. You tell me why he never plays.
He pulled out against Germany. That's all I know.
Origi pulled out against Germany.
Or no, Tomori did. Tomori did.
Oh, Tomori.
Not Origi.
Now he also made a superb assist to Salah in the first match. Yeah, I remember the assist, Origi's assist as well. Yeah. Samu can be striker. Let me try and catch up with the Roy, guess was true. As Origi's fat, that's why he hasn't done this medically yet. Let's not fat shame Origi, guys. Come on, let's not.
No, he had an injury.
I'll do that. I'm allowed to do that. Scamacca was linked to Arsenal recently. He's
Yeah, this is what I was saying.
No, but listen, I think that there's something. There is an issue with Origi. The fact that he only plays 18 minutes every 7 games. There's something wrong there. I don't know what.
You might be right.
Guys, what?
You might be right about Origi. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. Do you guys think Leao is ready or will be ready in the near future to become our striker? So in a more central role? I don't know. Like
he doesn't.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, you can go first if you want.
No, I think you're about to say something that I agreed with. Go ahead.
He doesn't attack the ball the way Cristiano Ronaldo does. When Ronaldo was his age, he was scoring like against Greece in Euro 2004 with his head. He was scoring goals with his head. That's what a striker has to do if you want to be successful. He doesn't do that. So I don't think he can be striker, unfortunately.
He likes to attack the left. He likes to go around and then come back in. You don't see him much attacking the center, right? Strikers usually tend to attack the center.
Well, he made a great run in that, was it the Atalanta game? Where he curved into the center. I know Laird was like calling for that all season.
Right.
He was super happy about that run.
Yeah. Maybe if he starts to do those kind of runs more often and he starts to get lots of goals, maybe the coach can start to look at him. Hey, you know what?
I think it's coming. I think it's coming this next season. I think he's going to start getting more goals because he's going to make those more central runs.
Hey, I mean, we can only want that. You know, we obviously all of us want Leao to become better at everything. He definitely has the left solidified. If he can, get more goals from the center. I think you can use him in all 3 positions, essentially. But the left is definitely his best position. We'll see how he develops in the center. Let's see. Do I think he's ready today? I would say no.
No, definitely not.
Immobile went abroad, flopped. Cutrone went abroad, was ass. And if Scamacca goes abroad, he's fucked. Damn. Like the video, guys. Forza Milan. Like the video. Marshall, Forza Milan. It was when we were trying to get Tevez. Oh, man. These are like... we're trying to get Tevez. Oh, the Pato thing, I think.
Yeah.
The Pato thing, yeah. So is that the story? So we didn't get Tevez because Pato didn't want to go to PSG and the fans were angry at him. All right, here. More trivia that I didn't know. Berardi or Zaniolo, choose one. Roy. I say Zaniolo, but I'm just as happy with Berardi. Essentially, I'm happy with both equally, but if I were to put it one above the other, I put Zaniolo first because he's younger and because I think we can develop him into a super duper superstar, you know. I think you feel the same, right?
Yeah, definitely. I feel the same.
It was 35 million PSG offer for Paulo Tevez was supposedly his replacement, but it was called off because of his affair with Barbara. Freaking Barbara. I respect his talent, but why would anyone pay 80 million for a guy with wrecked knees? God, no way. I would never pay 80 million for
and nobody will pay that, Marshall.
Yeah.
No one, except maybe Juventus, because they can throw money like it's, I don't even know, confetti.
Right, exactly. But no, if 80 million is the price tag, I'm saying no, thank you. Roy, do you
Nah,
remember
fuck
that
that.
Brazilian striker that Juventus beat us to get last year? What Juventus fans are saying about him? Juventus fans are very angry with how Allegri managed him. So Juventus fans are not angry at him, or they don't have any particular feelings with him. Juventus fans today are more angry at how Allegri managed him.
Yeah, we were linked
Juventus,
with him as well.
yeah,
I
Cao
remember.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Very poor season for Kai Georgia. The guy was
I
extremely
mean,
poor.
these young teenagers, it's tough to go into the first team and take that training and all that. Like, look at Lazatic. He needed a rest, man. He couldn't even handle it.
Yeah, right. No, but Caio Georgia did come from the first Brazilian Serie A, right? I mean, it's not like coming from.
Yeah, and even he couldn't take it. Like, that's how
Oh, okay,
behind I feel like
okay, I
the
see what you're
Brazilian
saying.
Serie A is a bit,
Right, yeah.
unfortunately.
Um, yeah, I don't know what to think about this player. Let's see what happens with him in the future. Today's English squad is so overrated.
It's always been overrated.
No offense, but the English squad has always been overrated, and it is their own worst Achilles heel, is that they overrate themselves, and
Yeah, the
they've
media over there is nuts.
yeah, they've always gone into tournaments always thinking that they have already won the tournament, and that mentality has hurt them for many years. Uh,
100%.
Tonali coming in the field last 5 minutes of the game, guys. Tonali, best midfielder in Italy this year, gets to play 5 minutes for Mancini. Yay! Wow.
I'm gonna be honest, Roy. I don't like the way Mancini plays football, really. I think they need a new coach.
Um, who would you go for? I mean, right now, I don't
Someone
see
like
anybody
Pioli
else.
who's gonna stick it to somebody, play aggressive.
I don't know. I think right now Mancini is the one who is available. I would keep him. Then after Mancini, I'd go for Ancelotti. But I don't know
Oh, that
who
would be
else.
great.
I don't know who else there is right now uh, that is
Yeah,
available.
Conte already had his turn, I guess.
Yeah, Conte. He's at Tottenham. I don't know who's available. Ranieri. I don't know about Ranieri.
No.
Andrea Cambiasso backup for Teo. I think someone mentioned that. Didn't you mention that?
Who?
Cambiasso as a backup for Teo Hernandez.
Oh, yes, yes. He's definitely the best deal on the market for left back. Young Italian. He's born in 2000,
Yeah, and
and
he
Genoa went down, so he's available on the cheap,
right. He got
and he's a good
relegated with
player.
Genoa.
Yeah, he's a U21 player.
Yeah, a lot of players are in. A lot of teams are interested. We have been linked with him, and it is a good option for, let's say, a backup for Teo. Absolutely, if you want to
Yeah,
improve on
it's an
Baloturo.
opportunity really because his team got relegated. They got to sell him.
Yeah. Speaking of another team that got relegated, another player you spoke about the other day, Bellanova. Bellanova linked with Inter. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I'm not happy
Bellanova
about it,
being linked
but
with Inter.
honestly, I think they're asking for something ridiculous. I don't think he got relegated. He was on loan from France, if I understand it correctly.
Oh, really? Guys, Nyonto might. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
So I don't think they're obligated to sell him. They don't, because they don't care that Genoa got relegated.
Have you been watching the game?
Yeah, I've been
Uh,
watching it.
well, obviously, I'm paying attention to the chat. I'm talking here. How has Nyonto's game been today? Guys, if anybody
Um,
has been watching this game closely, if they can give me an assessment of how Nyonto played today, I'd be curious to know what your opinion is. I haven't
I
really,
haven't seen too much of him, honestly.
yeah, I have not paid enough attention to really give.
He made a good run in the box, and then he left the ball, like he let it run, and then I forget who scored, but he did a good like dummy.
Gotcha. And he's playing on the right wing, I can see. On the
Yeah, I think he's
right.
changing from left and right
Okay.
because he's right-footed, I believe. So he was cutting in on the left. I think that's where he wants to be, or maybe as a cam.
Italy doing a fantastic press, I gotta say, in this moment of the game. I guess they put some fresh energies, and we're doing super press. Oh my God! Great play by Italy. Ooh, they almost scored. Italy almost with a beautiful goal right now. It's almost over. The game is almost over. Italy really pushing hard right now. They're winning 2-1. I'm curious to see how Gnonto is playing. One thing, Gnonto, 18-year-old Italian, has been in the Italian youth system ever since he was 14, I believe. I remember seeing him play in the under 17 Euros and the under 19 World Cup as a younger player. So he's been considered highly rated by the Italian national team scouts for a very long time. Playing in Zurich, 18 years old, doing very well as an 18-year-old. His father had an interview with the Gazzetta dello Sport today saying that Gnonto is Interista, and he was very sad when he left Inter, and he wants to go back to Inter. So all the Milanisti that are wondering about Gnonto, there you go. He's an Interista, guys. What are you going to do? Tomori was injured before he joined with the national team. I did not even know this. Southgate said
I didn't
Tomori's
either.
injured. He's recovering, is what the England reports are saying. Okay. I wish Milan would buy Enzo Fernandez. I did see Enzo Fernandez's
I've seen his highlights only.
his highlights. I liked what I saw. I
I
think
didn't.
it'd be a good option. I think he would be a good option.
I think Aslani is much, much better. From what I
I
saw.
did not see any Aslani highlights, so I can't really compare.
For
What
me,
was
Enzo
better in your
isn't
opinion?
fast enough. Like, he doesn't have the acceleration. He's not that big either. Like, he's Benacer's size. He doesn't have that acceleration, though. But he does have a good long shot, but he's not that technical from what I saw. That's my opinion, at least.
Okay. He does have a good shot, right? He scores from midfield a lot. I like that. That's
Yeah,
something that we
he can
need.
rip it from half
Yeah.
field if he wants to.
We definitely need that. Gnonto guy's got elbowed in the temple. Poor kid. He got elbowed hard.
Well, he's so short, like, everyone's elbow comes up to his head.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna get Gnonto.
He got. I don't think he was elbowed. He was shouldered pretty hard. Roy, he doesn't play because he has Jota, Salah, Mane, Diaz in front of him. All right.
Origi. Yeah,
But
I don't think he's
these
injured
players,
usually.
guys, like. So would Giroud play in front of Origi?
Possibly.
Would Ibra play in front of Origi?
Yeah.
Would
for
Leao
sure.
play in front of Origi?
As a striker, I don't think so.
Oh, no, as a player on the field. When you put everything
Yeah, of course.
together.
Leo's fantastic on the left.
So this guy is Castillo, guys. Is this what we're saying? This guy's Castillo.
It's a free transfer, though.
This is what it seems to me. We're getting Liverpool's Castillo. But anyway, guys, let me follow this play right here. Italy, almost.
He's a champion, though, Roy. He shows up in big matches.
What's up, Antonio? How you doing?
How's it going, Roy? How's everyone doing?
Oh, hey, Antonio.
Hey, guys. Hey, Hans.
What's up, my man?
No, excited for this Mercato. Reading a lot of
yeah?
stuff.
We all are. We all are.
What are you excited about?
Well, right up to Sanches first.
Really?
Yeah.
And why is that?
I've been wanting this player for so long.
Really?
He's really good. I mean, I think he's going to make us a better team.
Can you get closer to the mic? I think you're a little bit low.
Yeah. Is this better?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was saying I think he's going to make us a better team.
He's going to make us a better team. Did you read the situation with Lille and what it means for Renato Sanchez?
They're having a lot of problems, a lot of shuffling of management.
Yeah, but I still think we're gonna, even if it takes a bit longer, it'll still come through. Like eventually, they have to.
Investigated by the FFP of France.
Oh, jeez.
So basically, I don't think we are gonna be able to do anything until the 1st of July.
Yeah.
Well, according to the report that I read
Ah.
earlier, there's basically two entities that are, let's say, managing Lille. One is a fund, and the other one is the owner or whatever. So if the owner gets his way, then we can get Renato Sanchez in June. If a fund gets their way, then we'll have to wait till July. That's what the report said.
Did you watch Radio RossonARI?
No. What about it?
No, because they had this this article as well.
Oh, yeah. This article came from Liquid. It comes from Liquid. It came from Liquid. It's actually this article right here.
Well, that's not good news.
It's really not good news. I don't think it's good news at all.
No, it's awful news. We want them in training camp immediately.
Right. And also, like, we only have 1 month to prepare for the Scudetto. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in my lifetime. Because we start early August, right? Am I wrong about this?
Well, La Liga is basically, I don't know if they've officially confirmed it, but they're going to be starting on August 5th, I think, which is early August. And the Serie A usually parallels whatever La Liga does, like at the same similar time. So even though it's not official yet, that's what they're predicting.
Gotcha.
This is crazy with the World Cup and honestly, this Nations
Why did
League
they
is
have to
so
do this in
irrelevant.
Qatar? Why did they have to screw with everything?
Yeah, and also the Nations League is another like annoying thing that is pretty useless.
Yeah, I remember Kevin De Bruyne was even just saying, like, bluntly, "No, I'm not looking forward to playing in the Nations League."
Have you guys been watching the England-Germany?
I
Red
No.
John?
watching it right now.
What is it looking like over there?
England just got a penalty.
Ooh, just in time. Just in time. How much is left?
4 minutes from the regular time.
Nice.
They're probably, but it's.
Bro,
it's
why do you care about the
honestly,
Nations
Germany
League?
has been
I don't
dominated
know.
for 90 minutes. Domination.
Oh, it's
and
been
now
a
England
complete
gets
domination on Germany? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are we playing in England or Germany?
Germany in Munich.
Oh, okay.
But the game, I think the England's goalkeeper has been the best player for them.
Is it Pickford?
Guys, I don't see
1-1.
Tomori unless I'm blind. I don't see Tomori on the bench.
He's injured. He was injured from the last game.
Yeah, he's not in the squad.
Do you know how bad the injury is?
Nobody
It's,
does. I don't think it's serious, though.
I don't know, his ankle or something got injured in the game against Sassuolo.
Baby Harry Kane scored the penalty.
1-1.
It's a shame, to be honest. It's a shame because they have dominated them, man. It's a shame that.
Was it a good penalty? Like, was it a fair penalty?
He just Neuer chose the wrong side to throw himself.
No, he means like the challenge for the penalty.
Yeah, or the foul.
The foul.
I guess it was a clear penalty, but I thought he was offside, to be honest. So I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Apparently not.
Do they use VAR in Nations League?
Yeah.
I forget.
They do. So
Okay.
if they gave the penalty, then he wasn't offside.
Okay.
You don't think it's conspiracy, Red John?
Hmm?
No.
Yeah,
I said you don't think it's a conspiracy?
I've been talking to Laird and Roy for 2 years now. Of course, I believe in conspiracy.
Apparently, guys, Tomori is a hamstring injury.
Okay, well, he has a month to recover. That's fine. He's got a month holidays right now, so he's fine. Well,
No, but
he's got 3
he's
weeks.
with the English squad right now, so he's not really on holiday.
Right, but after I think isn't this the last game of the Nations League?
I think there's
We
one
have to
more.
play. Italy has to play England.
Oh, they still got to do that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're doing all 3 games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is-
Jesus.
Man,
I heard Italy had 5 games in like 2
It's
weeks.
kind of
these
crazy.
players are
to
going to
honest.
be dropping dead.
Dude,
Yeah,
these guys
the-
don't never get a break.
The players are getting destroyed right now.
They're just
This
machines. They just
Nations
use
League is
them.
such a stupid competition. I have no idea why they're doing this. Because the
I think
problem
I
is,
know why they're doing this.
because at the end of the day, these games are just glorified friendlies, right? But the
It's
problem
just
is
all
that
about money.
because there's a cup in the end, players tend to try hard anyways.
FIFA want their cut, I guess.
But it's not good, man, because
I know it's not.
all these players have just finished a long ass season, and now they have to go and try hard again. It's like, this is crazy.
Hey guys, kind of random question, but do you guys want Botman? Because honestly, I could care less about whether we sign him or not.
I feel the same. I could care less. I couldn't care less. Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
No. Well, I was talking with Roy. I did. I was like off from work today, so I did a lot of research on a SofaScore, the site that he uses a lot. And it turns out Mattia Viti had like the best statistics of left-footed defenders, like in terms of defensive statistics. So that was really interesting, I thought.
Yeah, and he's not going to be super cheap. He's going to be like 30 million most likely.
Botman, yeah.
So
it's a lot of money.
It's an investment, and he's not. I don't think he's that special, personally.
I don't even think he has an international cap yet, and he's 22.
Yeah, I mean the Netherlands are very good international. Roy, we can't hear you.
I don't remember. There's some journalists that people say they always whatever they say is like the Bible or whatever you know what I mean. Is Di Marzio one of those guys? I can't remember.
Yeah, Di Marzio's legit.
Okay.
Marzio
When he
is
says
one of the better ones, I guess.
he's
But
better than
every journalist pulls stuff out of their ass, man.
usually Fabrizio Romano. He's like pretty legit, and he just pulls from Di Marzio's like findings.
All right, so according to Mr. Di Marzio, the truth, the truth of football, he says that Botman is being chased by Manchester United and Tottenham.
Yeah, I read that.
I hope they get him. But
and Newcastle.
I actually messaged Di Marzio on Instagram, and he responded to me once. He's actually a pretty nice guy.
Oh really? Ask him to join the
live.
live.
No, you'd have to pay him for that.
Ask him to fucking join the live.
Roy,
he has to pay me.
Professional enough for.
He has to pay me to fucking be on this live.
He has
to pay. He has to pay Red John to be on this fucking live.
Him being here would give us something, right?
Papin rated Botman very highly. Yeah, in France he's definitely rated very highly, for sure.
He definitely didn't have a good season. Lille was all over the place.
He looks like he tackles a lot, but he's not really the best. I mean,
Mattia Viti had like double his tackling rate, his tackling statistics.
Yeah, but Empoli was, I think, the second worst defense in Serie A.
Yeah, that is true. I'm just saying the statistics, John.
What do you mean here, John, when you said Giroud would never touch the ground for Liverpool? What is it?
He's saying that he's making
he would never touch. Man, are you kidding me when you say that Giroud would have more minutes than Origi for Liverpool?
Are you saying that Origi is better than Giroud?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Laughing, man.
Well, Giroud used to be better. Maybe right now Origi. Well, Origi also fits into the Liverpool presses a lot. I mean.
But why do you guys rate the Liverpool forwards so highly?
Origi's very good though. I mean because they
you guys rate Jota highly. Why are you rating Jota highly?
Jota scored I don't know how many. I think almost 20 goals. No, not that many, but he scored a lot of goals this season.
Because guys, Giroud in his prime lost Arsenal the fucking league.
Giroud's a great player in his prime. I'm not saying
Giroud is a genius either. Yeah?
No, I'm not saying Origi is a genius either. I'm just saying that Giroud wouldn't get more minutes than Origi.
Okay.
I agree with that, but I don't think it's just for the sake that Origi is just much better. I think it's because Giroud just doesn't fit the same style and he's older. So
yeah, but
we'll see what happens.
That's also the reason why Origi doesn't get that many minutes.
I'm fine with them getting equal minutes and them both scoring like 10 goals.
The thing is that we're not gonna like as long as we have these older options on our team, we're not gonna ever have like a number one goal scorer unless like Origi or a younger player that we get just really
I
starts.
think that's a good thing, though. I don't really want one player. I don't know about how
sometimes
you
it's good
guys
to
feel.
have someone that you go to score big goals.
No, I think you need a striker which you can rely on.
Yeah,
Like you need even Skamaka. Like I wouldn't mind Skamaka. I've always been like against Skamaka, but then I watched the game against Germany, Italy against Germany, and he had a really good game, and I saw him dropping back. I didn't have that image of him being that
Yeah,
kind
he
of
works
striker.
hard. He
I
definitely
thought he
works
was
hard.
just like a target man kind of striker.
No, he works
Actually,
hard.
actually, Skamaka's game is that he goes in the midfield, he works with a team. But
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So after seeing him doing that so many times, I'm not against him. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I'm not against Skamaka at all. I'd rather go for Zaniolo right now if they're both the same price. Because I think we have two very, very good strikers right now with Giroud and Origi, and we only play one. And yeah, somebody could get injured, but hopefully it's not for a long time. And then I think Zlatan's coming back after January, and he'll want to be in the mix. And if we
guys,
get Decathlon plays striker as well.
Do you guys think Giroud is going to be reliable for next season? I don't think so.
You don't think he can get 10 goals?
He might, but the thing is, it's if how to put it in a better way, Giroud this season was successful not because he scored 10 goals, but because he scored these 10 goals were all very decisive for us.
Yeah, big goals.
If these goals were scored, I don't know, in matches that we would have won anyways, Giroud would have been a disaster because other than goals, he doesn't really offer much during the 90 minutes. But then the goals being very important for us and coming in big matches, that makes Giroud's season a very successful.
Yeah, it seems like Giroud and Origi are both big game players.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they do against like Empoli away, Salernitana away, those kind of things.
My only criticism of Pioli sometimes these days is, and I guess because of how hungry we were in the last couple games, how much we pressed, there wasn't really much of this. But there's times when it seems like our only idea, like to break down teams, is to cross the ball into like the tall striker. And usually when you just have one of them and he's pressed by two center backs, it's hard for them to do much. So if that's what we need to play, like under like Pioli sometimes, then I guess we need a player like Giroud. Origi's good in that sense as well. But
yeah, Origi can get up there. He's fairly tall.
Overall,
I think he's 185.
At least gameplay wise, I don't think we had a great second part of the season.
Decathlon is definitely tall. He's like 6'4". He's Giroud size.
Yeah. But
and then if we get Zaniolo and Decathlon, Zaniolo's big as well. I don't know if he really scores with his head, but he's definitely big.
Yeah,
guys, it's
a lot of big bodies in the box. Sorry.
On that point about the attack, I was actually just rewatching some older games that we played in the Champions League and the Europa League, and I know we've grown a lot as a team, but whenever we play English teams or teams that are better teams like that press a lot, move the ball quickly, it seems like we usually can compete very well most of the game. But I mean, this is besides like the first game against Liverpool. But we always have sort of like, while other teams are more fluid in the final third, we always seem to mess up the final ball and or we don't shoot when we need to shoot. So it definitely feels like we can improve in that sense. Like we need to improve our attacking quality. And I don't know. I think, then again, if we just rely on those crosses in, I mean, it's kind of. I think we need to start finding other ways to score more goals against these teams.
Well, the problem is if they're sitting deep, that's usually the only way to get at them.
Yeah, I'm talking about even against teams. I think it's because we're not either it's the quality of some of the players or it's because we're not used to it as much. But whenever we do play against European teams that are just kind of not as defensive as some other teams, we kind of look like they give us opportunities, but we don't really like seek out the best passes, and we don't really cut vertically too often. So it'd be nice to maybe improve.
Which games are you referring to?
Well, one of them, I looked at the Manchester United games in Europa League, and there were, of course, some injuries. Injuries have always been a big role for us recently, and so that does explain why. But I've seen they were not that good of a team. They were starting to decline. They were better than they are now. But
speaking of injuries, are we doing anything about the medical and the physical preparators, or?
Well, the last 2 months were really good,
I think they did well the last 2 months.
They might have fixed it.
Red
I don't know.
wants them out. He wants them out.
In the last 2 months, we played 1 game a week. This is not
Yep,
how you
that's-
measure.
But that was the
That's a
same
good
thing.
point.
It was the same last year, though.
No,
At
but-
the end,
but-
it's always
But last year at the end, we had the same thing. At the end, we had all the players, if you remember.
I don't think so.
I think it might be
I
the
don't think
training
so.
as well. I think we might be training too hard. Like Pioli's got to get his methods down for playing like such an aggressive pressing style.
Like, if you
You
remember,
can't be training too hard.
if you remember at the end of last season, we still had every single player by the end. Like when we won
Yeah.
against Torino 7-0, we didn't miss anyone. When we won against Juventus, we didn't miss anyone.
I
Well,
think
Leao stayed fit the whole season, which was really impressive.
Yeah, but
He played
Leao
always.
was also not the starter. Like the season before the last.
Oh, you're talking about that season. Sorry.
Hey guys, speaking of like injuries and the schedule, so we have the friendly against Cologne, right? That your Red John's gonna go to probably.
Yeah.
guys, breaking news.
Oh my God.
Red John has said in the private chat that he's going to vlog the experience, and then he's going to make a video, and we're going to put it on RossonARI TV.
I did not say that.
Red John would have to show his face for that.
I can.
What do you
say
mean?
So
that.
tune
You
in.
said it. You said it earlier.
Tune in.
No, I didn't say it, man. What are you talking about?
Oh, so you're not doing that? You're not going to
Everybody
vlog your
tune in.
experience? You're not going to vlog the experience?
Roy, don't say breaking news like that. You give me like.
Wait, hold on. So I want to see Red John like this with a phone, talking in English in front of all the Germans.
Red John would be so embarrassed.
You're not going to do it, Red John?
I actually searched for tickets today, and it turns out they are gonna start selling the tickets for people that don't have like a seasonal card. 14th of June, I think. So I've set an alarm. So 14th of June, 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. in the morning. I'm gonna go.
There you go.
And the video,
One
guys,
minute.
is coming out the 17th. No, when is the game?
It's the 16th of July.
16th of July, guys, and the 18th of July, we're going to have the vlog on the RossonARI TV. It's going to be great.
Now,
Do you think they're going to go to America?
Not this
I,
summer.
I don't know, honestly, because there were some rumors like
Because it's so short, the
2 or 3 months
preseason.
ago, that they were gonna do like a tournament in the U.S. with Real Madrid, Barça, and Juventus. But now no one is talking about it, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
With this schedule, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of flying for no reason.
Guys, Marshall H is in agreement with you guys. He said with Giroud, Origi, Ibra, and Scamacca. By November, Scamacca will be the starter, 15 plus goals. He works hard and is very creative. He would also benefit for being around Ibra, 5-year starter.
Yeah, it's very possible you could nail that on. Scamacca is very good.
But
He's also
do you guys
very
think
tall.
that it's- like, if we're just, I think Pioli, he's not going to bench Giroud and Ibra. Well, when Ibra comes back, he's
Not
gonna-
immediately.
Yeah, so he's gonna like rotate the players because he doesn't want to create tension in the locker room. So I don't know. Would that be like a good move? Right? I don't think investing in a star striker. I mean, I would love for it to happen just because, but is it? I don't think we're realistically going to be doing that. But then again,
That's a good point.
Scamacca isn't really like a superstar yet, so maybe.
The thing is that if you don't guarantee Scamacca that he's gonna be the starter, he's not gonna come.
Yeah.
Yikes. Well, that's another reason to get Zaniolo, I guess.
Hey,
'Cause
guys,
that's the position we actually need.
Listen,
wing.
I want to ask you guys, since you guys are here and this was brought up, I gave my opinion earlier. What is your guys' opinion on the Ibra situation? He got offered a contract, a symbolic contract. We're going to see what his recovery is going to be. If he feels he's taken this recovery and the operation because he wants to continue. If he recovers, he's going to continue. Milan is going to say yes. What do you guys think about this?
I think it's fantastic news. He's a great player to have come on for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And obviously in the locker room, he's immense.
I think this contract is like to make him like a semi-coach or whatever, to make him feel good. But I don't think he's gonna have any impact on the team, like other than mentally in the dressing room.
In January, you don't think he's going to be given any minutes if he does come back?
I think he's gonna get some minutes, but come on, guys, he's 41 and he just had an ACL.
Right, and what I was also saying,
like he's either not human or he's not gonna be an important.
no, yeah,
I'd go with not human, Red John.
Because I don't see him honestly like coming and scoring a lot of goals.
But he is someone that you can put in the last 20 minutes of the game, last 30,
Big body.
30 minutes.
Get the flick on header to Tonali, score the winner.
If you can use him the way you've used him right now, it could be very good having a player like that come in.
But are you gonna take minutes away from Giroud or from Origi?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they've been playing a lot of games and they need a rest for a little bit.
Bro, what if Origi was Italian?
Honestly, if Ibra is available, I'd just put Origi in the tribuna with the fans, and same as with the.
Man, I'm telling you, Origi is gonna do fine in Italy.
You think so? Well, maybe.
Tell me a
Guys.
player that came from the Premier League and somehow failed in Serie A. You cannot find such players. Everyone does well.
Maybe, guys.
Well, actually, yeah, he was good. So
Maybe.
Who?
Maybe you're right.
Like
Yeah.
I think he'll get between 10 and 15 goals, Origi.
even the Deulofeu came from the second league of. Well, he got relegated with Watford. Came to Serie A. He's people are talking like, "Oh, let's get Deulofeu." Like I have no idea why, but every player that comes from England just does really well in Serie A. Well, I know, like I have an idea why, but
Roy, to answer your question about Ibrahimovic, I think personally, at first I was like, there's not really a point. But then I was thinking, if he goes on lower wages and he's just around, then honestly, it's better to have him at least still in the squad for the mental boost so that we can keep our mentality just in case we start to go and like have, through the tough moments of the season. It's good to have him around, so I'm fine with having him.
He's got to keep the boys focused.
Yeah.
A lot of times he's taking the team talks, not Pioli.
Yeah. You're muted again, Roy.
We have some chat opinions regarding the matter too. Origi is not the answer. He's been a bust every time Liverpool sent him on loan. Giroud and Origi fighting for league and CL is not enough. Also after NZ, Nicolo Zaniolo, last ACL, he talked about quitting football.
I don't remember him talking about quitting football. I know he's mentioned that his career is at stake. And so things had to be done properly. He was like worried about his knee.
Okay, well, listen, it's going to be a mixed. Everybody's going to have different opinions. I think if Ibra stays and he gets those last 20 minutes and he brings his personality, charisma, I think it's everything to be gained for. But we'll see. We'll see if he does or if he doesn't. I'm happy he's staying. Overall, Rejon, would you rather he would just quit, essentially?
tell me.
What's that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I didn't hear the question. What was the question?
Would you rather he just quits?
Ibra?
Football, not locker room or whatever. I'm talking about football.
Yes, honestly, yes. Yes, because
Wow.
the thing is, it was heartbreaking watching Ibra in the last games, coming in for 5 minutes. Like, what's the point? And walking around the pitch. Like, he deserves better than that. I mean,
Yeah.
he can decide himself when he wants to quit, right? But it's a
Right.
shame to watch him like that.
But you have to remember, he was basically injured during those times. Remember, he was like getting his knee drained the whole time. Like he was injured. It was just Pioli
Yeah.
was like, no, don't do the surgery yet. We need you for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Do not do that surgery.
Right.
but
So he was
Let's
injured that whole
let's
time.
see. He
he's
might not
41.
continue.
He's 41 and he just got a big OP, like surgery
Operation.
right now, operation. So I don't think he's gonna. He's 41, guys. I think he did a very big
Okay,
big
no, hey,
mistake.
it's fine, man.
I think he did a
You
very big mistake to do
you're
this
entitled to
surgery right
your
now
opinions.
because he's gonna suffer later on.
Guys, on Tuesdays on RossonARI TV, you're entitled to your opinions.
He's gonna suffer later on.
When Laird is here, it's a
other
different story.
other players that have done this and can barely walk now.
Okay, yeah.
He's not human.
People are going to feel different about it. We'll see what happens. What about this one? Replacing Kessie is not easy. Who is the replacement for Kessie? The position, not the player, not Sanchez, not De Keller. The position that Kessie does.
Pobega.
I was looking at some stats, guys. Sanchez is 20 kilos lighter than
Yep.
than Kessie.
I told you this before, Roy. He can't play that position really.
The defensive aspect, no, I don't think so. I don't think he can. No, but
I disagree
yeah,
with that.
I don't think that's part of his game. Not
Roy
like
was
Kessie
disagreeing
does.
with me too,
disagree
but
with
now he's
that.
come around after doing research.
I would say that if you watch this guy play, he dispossesses people off the ball like very
I
easily,
watched like
and he's
every
super
Lille
and
game
he-
like 2 seasons
He's
ago.
very strong.
No, listen. I know that he's a fantastic football player. I think that with Sanchez, what we gain is in ball retention.
Yes,
Meaning better possession. We're going to have better possession of the ball. We're going to have more creativity. We're going to have better flow of football.
For me, he could be the right winger, honestly, because he's played on the right wing. I remember him playing there with Lille like 2 years ago and doing really well
Well,
on the right wing.
He was on the right wing also in the Champions League when I was looking at the starting lineups.
There you go.
I didn't see the games, but that's where he was playing.
That could be the right wing right there.
I mean, when I watch this guy play, he's an ideal central midfielder. Like,
I mean-
he's this guy. I mean, you can
Right.
put him. You can put him in both. I guess attacking mid and defensive mid. In my opinion, he can do everything. He's not gonna start. He's not as good as defending as Kessie.
No, he's not Superman. You
But-
can't say he's going to do everything.
Well, I've seen this guy play. I mean, he
does not
outmuscles
tackle.
people.
Okay.
Yeah, not on the ground,
But
not slide
Hans,
tackles, but
you
like-
have to admit that when Sanchez played against us, he fucking played
He was
circles
doing
around us.
everything.
He destroyed all our midfield alone.
I remember that game was very
Diaz,
frustrating.
Tonali, and Kessie, and also then Benacer came in.
His
Because
impact
he was
on
controlling
the
the play,
ball.
you guys.
Right,
He was
right,
different.
exactly.
Yeah, but
Exactly, yeah.
he was also defending and then going from defending to attacking. Like
Sure,
that's what he
Antonio.
was doing.
But
He had the game
I'm
of his
sure
life. It's normally
I-
not like that.
But I wonder. Okay, I don't remember. But I wonder who Lille's defensive midfielder was. You know, I don't think Sanchez does that. Sanchez is our Benacer, is not our Kessie.
Well, Benacer tackles a lot as well, so I think it's a poor, like, if you're making that point. All I'm saying is that I think if you put Sanchez in the back pivot with Benacer, I think we'd be fine.
And another thing, guys,
I don't.
I don't think you're going to see a lot of assists and goals from Sanchez. Like, I think people are kind of like, that's
No,
not what.
he's not
That's
that
not
kind
what.
of player.
I'm fine with
He's
that.
not. He's not going to bring that. He's going to
Yeah.
bring better football.
Well, he can
More
shoot
quality.
sometimes when the ball's on the edge. Which can
Like,
be
for
helpful.
example, Ray John was saying that for the second half of the season, even though we won all those games, we did not play that well. It is true. Our retention in the midfield wasn't great. It should have been a little bit better. Sanchez can bring you that extra step of quality in keeping the ball.
He's going to be the Krunic, basically. He's going to
The thing
play
is,
the cam, I
guys,
think.
The thing is,
Yes, that's right. I
if
agree
we
with that.
lose Kessie, and we sign Sanches, I don't think we're going to have the budget to send another high-quality defensive midfielder. So that means we're going to be relying on one of the loanee people to come in.
Yeah, Pobega is going to do well, I think. He's solid.
And that scares me, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I want to be optimistic, but how can we say we're going to be improving in quality if we don't find like an ideal defensive midfielder replacement?
Well, maybe Pobega is that player.
Maybe.
And Krunic plays there very well. He was starting there with Tonali at the beginning of the season.
Hans. Replacing Kessie with Krunic. I like Krunic, but come on now.
Oh, come on. Kessie, he didn't do shit this season, really.
Kessie, in the second half of the season, he stepped up, and the point is we need someone there that has that potential to, defend and protect the back line. But Krunic is I don't mind keeping Krunic. I used to say get rid of him. I mean, if you want to rotate him into the squad, he can play all the positions. Good. Fine. But don't tell me he's going to be starting for us next season.
Well, I think you're going to see more of him than you want. You can't think of it
as like we have this starter who's going to be starting all the games. We have many matches.
We need the biggest games. We need to have a sound 11. Liverpool,
and that's Benacer, Tonali.
Liverpool's 11 is like the striker sometimes, but they have it's virtually and also Konate versus Matic, but they have the same lineup, same three midfielders with their ideal starting lineup. They have these teams have their lineups that they go to.
If you really want to replace him, you go with Aslani. That's the guy to get. If you want a central midfielder.
Is he the same kind of player as Aslani? I don't.
Honestly, we should have gotten
more
Benacer
type.
For 80 million.
Right. Are we talking about a direct replacement of Kessie? We're not.
Then you got to go with Pobega if you want size.
Yeah, unless you're
Pobega. Pobega is even bigger than Kessie.
It's the only one that you can carve.
Is Pioli gonna? But this is unless Pioli changes the formation to a 4-3-3.
There's
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Look, Antonio, there's another thing that I think
Pobega and a double pivot.
Yeah, Pobega could definitely. One thing that Pioli's not going to do, he's not going to go gung-ho and put all the marquee names all in one. Pioli loves his balance. He loves his balance. You're going to see the names that Skillard never wants to see on a football field. You're going to see those players play because they offer that balance.
Well, the key is to have a team where you get rid of all the deadwood players that don't do anything. Like that, and don't have the quality.
Who are those players that don't do anything?
Castillejo's one. Last season,
sure.
He has good heart.
He is leaving.
Yeah, so we need to get rid of those players. And I'm fine with making rotations, but the players we're rotating in have to be competent players that can still. This is all about depth.
Krunic is competent.
Krunic is very competent.
Krunic is competent, but not as a starter. And I'm saying for the biggest games,
Benacer
we
is
should.
the starter.
I know you're saying that we need to rotate, and we're not going to have a perfect 11 for whatever reason. But if we have if other players are available for a big game, we need to put the best possible players.
Yeah,
I think Pobega could do very, very well. You're gonna be surprised by Pobega.
We'll find out, guys. We'll find out.
Last season, in the summer, I think the problem with why he wasn't he developed for another year, but
tactically he wasn't.
Yeah,
Pioli saw that he wasn't ready entirely.
Yeah, and the pivot. I think he wasn't really the best fit for that. So
because he goes a little bit gung ho at times, he needs somebody to cover for him. Tonali is there though. He understands that. He knows how to cover for people.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll find out. Let me read some more chats here, guys. Origi's top class player. So these are people think that Origi is top class. He says he's going to be like Ibra or better.
Wow.
Zaniolo numbers are abysmal. Why would we pay 40 to 60 million?
We've been talking about this at length, Roy.
Right. We're not paying 60 million. Personally. We're not paying 60 million for Zaniolo.
No, it's going to be 25 this summer and 25 next summer. I think that'll be the deal.
I would never pay that much money for Zaniolo personally.
Why not?
25 and 25.
He's not worth more than 35 maximum, in my opinion, right now.
Whoa.
His value.
You're talking about one of the greatest Italian youth products in the last decade. He got unlucky with the ACL.
But it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
He
because he's
is.
Italian. He's
No, no,
good and he
hold
has
on.
potential.
Yeah, but
But
there's a
Right,
tax
right,
you have to pay
right.
for Italians also. You
Yeah,
have to.
he's one of Italy's best prospects. That's
okay,
not a. That's not
prospect is one
co-
thing, but you're telling me that you would pay 50 million for a player who's very injury prone,
He's not
who's
injury prone.
he is injury prone. He's had like some big injuries in his
No,
like that's
that's different. Nathan is right about this. He's not injury prone. Yeah, that can happen to anybody with the ACL.
it can happen to anyone. But then once you damage your ACL, it's you're statistically more likely to have some
Are you
problems.
sure about that? Are you
I'm
sure
pretty
about that
sure.
stat?
Yeah, I've heard the
I
same thing
don't
with
think so.
with
I don't think
Okay, but
so.
athletes. Like
I
well,
really don't think
you
I'm
so.
looking
let
at
me ask you
basketball
something. Let
players.
me ask you something. You like Renato Sanchez a lot, right?
Yeah, but if you look at his injuries, they're completely different from a
What?
more serious ACL injury.
Yeah,
But the
but
thing
no,
about an
that's worse.
ACL,
That
well,
is injury
No,
prone.
no,
That is
major
injury
injuries are
prone, my
hold
friend.
on,
different.
guys, chill out, guys. Please don't talk over each other. One thing about ACL though is ACL is probably going to happen once, and then that's it. It's never going to happen to you again unless you get recurring injuries. Um, Muscle injuries are recurring, so that's the difference
That's
between
Renato
ACL.
Sanchez. Muscle injuries.
ACLs are not
Recurring.
necessarily recurring injuries. They'll happen to you once. Maybe it might slow you down. Maybe not. Some players it didn't slow them down. Um, like at Ancelotti, he had this exact same thing
All right,
as
let me read
Zaniolo
you
had.
this statistic. If you're a doctor, it says
Okay, go
the
ahead.
overall incidence rate of having to go through an ACL tear again within 24 months is 6 times greater than someone who has never had an ACL tear, according to researchers. And there's also other statistics, and I've also read about other like basketball players and other athletes that I've like followed that have had these recurring injury patterns before. And I'm not saying that it's more likely than not to happen, but I'm not spending 50 north of 50 million on a player that has the risk and is not coming off a very high season. So I would get him for much less, but I'm not
Yeah.
going through that. It's risky.
All right, that's your
Okay, but
opinion. That's
who
fine.
played more minutes? Renato Sanchez or Zaniolo this season?
What has Zaniolo done that's been so amazing with the minutes he played? And also,
What has
I
Renato
think Renato
Sanchez
Sanchez,
done?
Wait,
Tell
hold
me
on,
his
hold on,
Renato
hold
numbers.
on,
Sanchez had
hold on.
some
All
big
right, if we
performances.
want to go there, guys, Zaniolo had great numbers in Europe, and he had a goal in the final of the Conference League that won a trophy that Roma has been chasing for decades.
Guys,
It's a
No,
monumental task. It's a
also,
monumental
wait, why are
task.
we comparing Sanchez and Zaniolo two different players?
because you like Renato Sanchez a lot,
Yeah,
and
but
I
we're
do
looking for
too.
a right winger and attacking
I think
midfielder.
the conversation
And
steered
I'm just
into
trying to understand why you like
reoccurring
him, but
injuries.
you don't like Zaniolo.
Like I
Because
said,
Renato
he's cheaper than
Sanchez
Zaniolo.
gets
He's
injured.
Okay,
he gets
it's
injured. He's
fine.
cheaper than
It's fine.
Zaniolo.
It's
His
good.
injuries aren't as serious as Zaniolo's injuries.
All
And
right.
I think, and of course, well, the money's the most important thing. He's more realistic for us to actually get.
Well, let's see. Let's see what happens, guys.
Their
Again,
wages are the same.
we'll see what happens. Let's move on to the chat here. Benacer is underrated when it comes to defending. Actually, this is something that also Antonio says a lot. When we played against Lille last year, Sanchez outplayed Kessie in the midfield. He's going to be great for us. I agree. I love Sanchez as a player. I would love to see him at AC Milan. I don't care about his injuries. I got to tell you, I don't care about his injuries.
I I will say this. I think he's going to be fantastic against those lower teams in Serie A to break them down.
Yeah,
Absolutely fantastic as a central midfielder.
yeah. We need
Those
those kind
games
of
where we
players.
have the ball a lot and we're trying to break down the low block that they have.
He's got the ability to keep the ball, possess, and time
Yeah,
and
and create.
wait from the
He
best
can
moment.
dribble. He's gonna find the cracks in their defense and he's gonna
But
slip it through
but
to
I don't
Origi,
know
Giroud,
about that. I don't know about that,
Which
Hans
player?
Sanchez. It's not
Sanchez.
his game. He's not the through ball maestro, Sanchez.
Well, the thing with what Sanchez does is that he wins possession in like the midfield and in the press a lot of times, and then he brings the ball forward in those situations, and he's usually good at finding the wingers and like the forward players, from what I've seen.
Hey guys, this house is actually quite interesting here. Marshall brings up Tomori can play CDM, I guess. Chiara Kalulu Botman as CDM. Now we know Kalulu's first game in a Milan shirt was in the CDM position.
Was it?
Yeah, Florenzi can also play CDM. Calabria can play CDM. Not great though, but Kalulu actually maybe could play CDM. Tomori pretty much plays
We're
as a
gonna have
CDM.
so many central midfielders. It's going to be fine, you guys.
Yeah, and we're gonna find out who Adli is, guys. We're gonna find out what he can bring. I think he's still an enigma to us. Adli, we don't know what he's going to bring. It's going to be quite interesting to see what kind of player he is. Let's see. Let's keep on going here. Zion Train usually has the hard takes. What's going on, Zion Train? Renato Sanchez owned Benacer and Kessie. Was really bad. They dominated our midfield. Renato Sanchez scores a lot and provides a lot of assists. Well, not really, Zion Train.
What are you talking about?
Maybe he did the year before, but this year he didn't. Maybe he did the year before. But this year, his numbers were Zaniolo-esque.
And the thing that I'm worried about with Renato Sanchez is that he failed at Bayern Munich. He failed in England when he was used as central midfielder. He did well at Lille because they gave him the freedom to go forward. They gave him like the cam position, the right wing. I think that's why he did a lot better.
Sanchez, the reason why he failed in Bayern Munich, according to a lot of people and like people that were close to him, is that it was a lot of like mentality problems for him, because he was very young when he first like blew up in like with Benfica and on the Portuguese national team in the Euros. And he was the young player of the tournament, and then Bayern I think paid a lot of money for him, and he went into a new environment. But I think he's more mature now. Personally, I think he'll be better.
We'll see. And I'm looking at Renato Sanchez's stats. This season, he scored 2 goals in all competitions in 1,800 minutes. 2,200 minutes. Last season, he played even less. He played 16,000 minutes, and he scored 1 goal. So he's not a goal scorer. I don't know what Zion Train is talking about.
Yeah. This guy is not, guys. Trust me, Sanchez is not. Sanchez
Don't
is
expect
Benacer.
goals from him.
Sanchez is Benacer.
Because you're gonna yell at him the whole time.
Right. Don't make the mistake of thinking Sanchez is going to come in and be like Ronaldinho or Cassano, through balls and assists and goals. Like maybe he's going to stack them up with Milan, but that's not his game. His game is a playmaker. He's a playmaker in the middle.
Yeah.
When he gets the ball, he's thinking about the horizontal pass. He's thinking about maybe a diagonal. He's thinking of quick 1-2. He wants to bring the ball forward. But he's not thinking, okay, I'm attacking now. I'm going to go attack him.
Yeah, I agree with you, but that's why I don't see him playing as a cam unless we're changing the formation and playing with 3 central midfielders. So
No,
that's
I
why
agree.
when you say that, I think he'd be in the pivot.
I think he can play in the pivot as well. Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of disagree. I think he would be the cam because that's what our cams have been doing, right?
And that's why I think
Raheem, they drop deeper, kind of.
They drop deeper, but they also
and they do
need to be able to
they do like the hockey assist. You know what I'm talking about? Like the pass before the assist.
Right, the assist of the assist.
The hockey pass. Yeah, the hockey assist.
I definitely see Pioli using him the same way Pioli used Krunic. I definitely see that.
Yeah, you'll see him as central midfield, but I think you'll see him more on the wing and attacking, just like you saw Krunic further forward usually.
Yeah, but I think honestly, I think he's my number 1 target. I think he's my number 1 target.
I'm okay with it. I mean, his contract expires next season.
I hope I'm
wrong.
More than Zaniolo?
Huh?
You'd value him more than you want to target him more than Zaniolo?
I think for what we need in the midfield, yes, because of what we need as far as tactical. But Zaniolo, if we can put Zaniolo on the right, man, we're fucking great for 10 years. We're the best. Nobody's touching us. I think as far as functionality, I would prioritize someone like Renato Sanchez. But as far as star power, maybe I'd go for Zaniolo, yeah.
Yeah, I'd prefer Zaniolo. And I'd get like De Ketelaere for the cam position.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree more.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Alan says that the reports now say Botman is moving further away from Milan. I'm sure that these reports are going to make a lot of people happy, since a lot of people are not convinced with Botman. Oh, Michael says Tonali is Kessi's replacement. The new mid does not need to have Kessi's career. Like, what do you guys think about that? Can Tonali just take the reins?
Benacer and Tonali. Pretty good midfield. I'm not worried about the midfield at all.
Marshall says ACL replacement is stronger than before you had the surgery.
False.
ACL is not a recurring injury.
It's not classified as a recurring necessarily, but it does give you a significantly higher chance of
I
getting
guess it
another
depends
surgery.
on
I
how
will
you
say this.
manage yourself, right?
Zaniolo played like 700 minutes more than Renato Sanchez this season. And that's his first season back from injury.
He didn't do that much with all the minutes extra he had.
Well, he had way more goals and assists, if that's what you're talking about.
He had like, what, 5 goals? How many goals did he have?
Well, the Conference League, he was like scoring like for fun.
Yeah, the Conference League, I'm happy they won, but it's not like Serie A is better competition.
Oh, don't tell Roy that.
Don't get me going, guys.
Okay. Not Mickey Mouse Cup for you, Roy?
It's more like the Muppets, you know.
Okay.
It's not Mickey Mouse.
It's not Mickey Mouse, but it's almost Mickey Mouse. But still, you need a lot of personality to go in England and go through Leicester. You need a lot of personality to go through Feyenoord, that plays better than you. You need a lot of personality to beat Bodo Glimt, that kicked your ass twice.
Yeah, he scored a hat trick against Bodo Glimt.
So definitely you need a lot of personality in these games. I mean, Roma is a team that in Europe is a fucking mess. We all know this. So you need a lot of personality to get that shit done. Guys, Renato Sanchez is a baller. I don't care if he's injury prone. So
He's definitely a baller.
I kind of have that feeling too. Like, he's not going to dominate you with statistics and assists and goals, but he's going to dominate you with football. Like, the ball, he can move the ball around like a Xavi, like a Iniesta.
Watch the Europa League game again.
Which one?
When we played them.
Right, he dominated us.
I mean,
he completely dominated us.
Everyone, it was like, you don't usually, sometimes with those players, you don't really notice the small things, but he was doing things that, like, he was dominating us so bad, it was noticeable, and every time the ball was in the midfield, he was pressing, and he'd win the ball back, and no one could take the ball off of him. He would just outmuscle you. You're muted, bro.
Yeah, he can be unplayable at times.
He's unplayable. That's a fact. That's a thing.
Sometimes.
Well,
I watched Lille like 2 seasons ago. I watched like every game like for the first 6 months or so. I did the same with Atletico because they just bought João Felix at the time. And I don't remember him being that great at Lille during that time.
Gotcha.
When I did see a good match from him, he was playing a right wing or cam.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. Michael S. says, I think Renato Sanchez is going to play cam with Ishmael and Tonali in double pivot. I think that's what you were saying, Ants. Now, Antonio, you're saying if he plays in the double pivot, how do you see that midfield, Antonio?
I think Pioli trusts Bennacer and Tonali to partner with him, but I know you guys are going to disagree.
No. I'm not. I don't want to start debate. I just want to ask, how do you envision the midfield? Who do you see the pyramid, that triangle in the middle?
Okay, I would see. Honestly, he could play cam. More likely, I think Bennacer and Tonali would be the starting pivot. But also, it depends on how quickly he integrates into the team. So I would see him in the pivot with like a Tonali maybe, and then I would see us still needing another player that could fill the cam position or right wing.
And who is that player?
Well, it depends. It could be De Ketelaere. It could be those other players we're linked with. It could be Zaniolo. It could be whoever. I don't know. Based on who we're linked, if you're asking me who I prefer, I could answer that. But
who do you prefer?
Well, let me look at some of the links. It's hard to remember. We've been linked with so many players so far.
I mean, honestly, we don't. It's De Ketelaere, Zaniolo, Berardi, now Lang.
Berardi's a right winger, though, in my opinion. You know.
Right.
Well, I don't know because I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen much of De Ketelaere, but he looks really promising.
He's Ilicic. He's basically Ilicic. No. I'm not even joking.
No, he runs way more though, Roy.
Well, okay, yeah,
way
he's
more,
at
twice as
Ilicic
much.
with more mobility, but I'm not saying I'm not
I
degrading
know
him.
you're not putting him down. Yeah.
Right, I'm saying Ilicic is a freaking fantastic football player, guys. He's a technically Ilicic is brilliant. He's like a tall, lanky guy that with very good with a ball, that is very technical, and has the through ball. He's got the shot. He scores nice goals. But apparently, according to Hans, who has seen him more than I have, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen any games of him. I've just seen his highlights. He does a lot of box to box. So he's basically an Ilicic, but with more mobility.
And he has like really good knockdown play, I would say. Layoff.
Layoff game.
He's pretty good in the air.
Okay. So yeah, when you find the person, let us know, Antonio.
Like he scored, I don't know how many goals with his head.
According to Michael, Renato Sanchez is going to play Cam with Ishmael Tonali in double pivot. I read that. Marshall says the trick with ACL is getting mobility and leg strength back and trusting your knee. Okay.
I think Zaniolo has plenty of strength in that knee.
This
flying.
season he didn't get injured, right? He looks like he's flying.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He had like if he did get an injury, he was just out for like 1 week or one match.
I remember he got
so nothing serious.
What do you call not the heel? Oh my
Hip
God.
flexor?
Ankle. He had an ankle injury.
Did he?
He twisted his ankle in the game. That's the only injury I remember. But he was back like right away. The next few games.
It doesn't say that on Transfer Market, but I trust you, Roy.
Oh, maybe he was just maybe he came back right after the next game. I just remember him twisting his ankle and being subbed off that game. So I guess he just came back the next game.
Yeah, he must have just been fine. He came back.
Gotcha. All right, let's read a few more here. Sanchez was injured most of the time he was at Bayern. Okay. All right. I don't think he would dominate.
Yeah, he's had injuries
now.
all the time.
Good question. Good question here by Zen Duplo. What do you guys think? Would Sanchez dominate us today the same way he dominated us, what was it, a year and a half ago?
Tonali got
capable
better.
of it.
Tonali got better. But Brahim Diaz, if we're going back to that same game, we had a midfield of Tonali, Kessie, and Brahim Diaz. And then Benacer got subbed in. I think Kessie was better. Kessie was in his prime when he did that to Kessie. And then we have Tonali was pretty bad. Wasn't nowhere near as good as he is this year.
Do you think it's kind of a mismatch though with Kessie and Sanchez? Like Sanchez is so much faster than him and so much better with the ball. I feel like you want Benacer on him, somebody who's just as good, like with acceleration and speed.
Well, I believe that Benacer got subbed in to that game, if I remember correctly.
And yeah, Tonali's gotten a lot better. So I don't think he would really have a good time against us.
No, it would not be easy. He would have to play very well, but he has the.
And Brahim presses. He does work hard, so he's going to be running after him as well.
Well, remember it's a team sport, so
or
you
Krunic.
can't expect him to be 1v3ing people, but he's going to what's it called? Like he.
No, I'm just saying he's going to be pressed constantly. No, I don't think he would run over us the way he did.
We were in a very good spell, though, the guys. That was our first defeat in a long time.
Yeah. We were I remember being so confident going into that game. Then we just got humbled. Listen, I want to read a few more chats, and then I want to read this article here, which is very interesting, and especially this one by Marshall has a interesting message here. Zen Duplo says roles most likely be turned around, and Tonali would dominate Sanchez today. Maybe. Nonso, essentially, but this is what we all feel about both Zaniolo and Sanchez, is that let's not be deceived by stats, goal, assist. They don't tell this whole story of the player. Sanchez is a baller. Yeah, we agree on that. I mean, Sanchez.
Yeah, we all agree on that, for sure.
My grandfather, Marshall H., says, is an orthopedic surgeon who specializes in ACL. I've also had my ACL replaced. They use the Achilles tendon from a cadaver, which is... What the fuck? Dude, what? Man, medical people are really crazy. All right. Anyway,
Interesting.
it's ingenious. They use the Achilles tendon from a cadaver, which is twice as strong as the ACL. The Achilles heel is stronger. True, that is true. I've never had issues with my ACL since replacement.
Yeah, I was going to ask him that. Have you had issues then with your ACL? Yeah, I don't think it's that. I really do think the muscle injuries that Renato Sanchez gets is more. I mean, it's not as serious, obviously, to your career, but it's more annoying. Definitely, he's going to miss more minutes.
Michael here says, I disagree with Antonio. Benacer is going to start next year. Antonio, sorry, you said Benacer is not starting next year?
I said that I see Renato Sanchez more of a pivot in their
okay, over Benacer?
Well,
it
it
because
depends.
Tonali's too good.
I think honestly, I could see them cycling pretty evenly.
It could be. They're very similar, I think.
Well, he's definitely going to get injured, so you're going to need Benacer come in.
You know what, guys? You know what? You guys have convinced me. Let's just dump $60 million for Zaniolo right now. What an amazing investment!
No. Let's not go back.
Or we go for someone who I believe has more quality for much cheaper.
I don't see why we can't get all of them.
I'm all
honestly.
in for Sanchez, guys. I'm all in for Sanchez. I'm not even. I don't care about the injury thing. I would rather him be in the team than not. But
yeah,
I really want to get to this article.
2,000 minutes at least. I think he will.
2,000 minutes? What is that? 20 games?
Well, yeah, I mean that's what he did this season basically. 2,200.
I would hope for better.
You would, but don't get your
anyway,
hopes up.
let's keep on reading here. Simri Zaniolo is also a baller. He drives the team and is real handful. This only problem is his attitude off the pitch. Issues with allows to affect him. Not worried about his injuries. Also, his attitude on the pitch. 10 yellow cards and 2 red cards. Something to consider. All right, guys, listen. I want to get to this article because it's very interesting. And I want to know what you guys think. AC Milan can now boast the most valuable squad in Serie A, having just won the Scudetto, report claims. It has been reported by Milan News, if you add up the individual values of each player in the Milan squad based on the transfer market records, it equates to more money than anyone else in the division. The Milan squad was a worth of 522 million, which is followed by Juventus at 520, Inter 514, Napoli 465, Roma 385, Atalanta 345, Lazio 247. It is a testament to the work that Maldini and Massara have done with the club because they have been outspent by others at the top for years. Players such as Rafael Leao, Magnan, Tomori, Kalulu, Tonali, Hernandez have seen their market values skyrocket in the past year under Stefano Pioli. Guys, this is a big win for the club. We are the most valuable team in Italy, having spent peanuts. Peanuts. What do you guys think about this? What is your opinion?
Fantastic. Ingenious.
It's good, but let's not let them walk for free.
And I think that's why you buy young players, because their value will increase like 99 times out of 100.
Which players do you think we could let go for free, Antonio? Who do you think that could happen to?
At this point, I don't know, but as long as the contracts keep, winding down, then I'm nervous. But honestly, I don't mind letting Romagnoli leave for free or anything like that.
Oh yeah, Romagnoli and Kessie, yeah.
Well, that's what we're losing this Mercato, but hopefully it doesn't happen again in the future. And by the way, I'm so happy Romagnoli if he leaves. That would make me so much happier.
Really, man?
Yes.
No love for Romagnoli?
No, thank you for all your loyalty and service the past couple of years, but you are not good enough to be on this team right now, so you can leave. It's fine. With all respect.
Where do you think he's going to go?
I don't know. Actually, this is what I was going to say earlier, but do you guys see all the links with Monza? It's crazy with Berlusconi and Galliani. They're aiming for a newly promoted side. They're planning on spending a lot of money.
He's going to go to Lazio. They'll find a way.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying he's linked with Monza recently.
Yeah, I'm sure they would love to have him.
Yeah, also Caldara, Balotelli may go back, I heard.
There's a possibility of oh, what the fuck? Come on, why is this not
Are
working?
you pulling up Chouameni?
No, basically, Gazzetta dello Sport has a live breaking news feed going on right now, so we're going to get updated on all the calcio mercato around the world. But I'm trying to translate it in English, but it's acting funny. All right, I'll just have to translate. Liverpool is not going all in for Darwin Núñez. The Okay, so the club Benfica is asking 100 million for Darwin Núñez, and Liverpool has bowed out.
If Manchester United spend 100 million for Darwin Núñez, I'm just gonna start laughing. Because even though he's a great player, that just smells like a bust for the first season.
You know, you think so?
Yeah, because I feel like with younger players in England, especially, it's like you spend all this money for these players, and then when they don't perform immediately, there's all
Yeah,
this pressure, and the media is crazy,
I
and
know.
then
I
their
agree.
careers
I agree.
temporarily are like
I
harmed by
definitely, I
this.
agree 100%. Two comments here I want to get to, which one I want to respond to. So next year we have Benacer, Krunic, Tonali, Ali, Ibrahim, Pobega, and potentially Renato Sanchez on the midfield. Yeah, most likely, maybe, hopefully. No, 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 no. I'll get to that comment in a second. This comment here. I think that you're a little bit wrong, Majidin. I'll tell you why. I think you guys are wasting your energy reading the news. I don't think anyone knows what Maldini is doing. We saw them multiple times, but journalists will only know a week before we sign any player. That is very true. But at the same time, it's not like Milan has a million targets. Like, we only have a few people that we can think of in positions that we need.
It depends on as someone who like follows a lot. It depends on the situation. So yes, he's right for more often than not that's the case. But when there's players like Sanchez that have been linked with us many times, and
Right.
like really reliable sources have recently linked with us, so it's
Yeah, and you can even connect some dots. Like, for example, when talking about players like De Ketelaere, like Zaniolo, like now Lang, they're exactly what the philosophy of the club wants. These kind of players. I think that these players are amongst the first choices. But then we ended up with Messias. Even Tomori was not a first choice. Who was the first choice? Simakan? Wasn't Simakan the first choice?
yeah.
So we can I think we can safely speculate who the first choices are based on the needs of the squad. But I mean, we know they need an Italian, right? I mean, what could be a surprise? What do you think would be a surprise? Like, what name would be a surprise to you at this point?
A pleasant surprise?
A pleasant surprise, yeah, correct.
Kiergaard.
Okay, so like unknown kind of names that are
Yeah.
not, yeah, yeah.
Salzburg player.
I have a feeling that this
Young
Mercato,
Salzburg guy.
I have a feeling that this Mercato we're going to be able to get closer to our primary targets. I think. So I think that we're not. I don't agree that we're wasting our energy. I think that these are the players that we're looking at. I think so. I think so. Roy, you have to include episode 2 in the title. No, guys, that's Laert. Laert has his transfer news, episode 1, episode 2. He's going to document all the things we say so he can, tell us how wrong we were in a year from now. That's Laert's episode 2 thing. Darwin Núñez is worth 60, 70 million euro million. Those reports are false. Okay, that's.
But you guys, I gotta go to bed now.
All right, later, my man.
I'll see you guys later.
Later. Núñez is crap. Stay away from him. I disagree. Núñez against the U.S. was not very impressive. Simakan getting injured during the January transfer market was a blessing in disguise. What's up, Joel? Okay, so let's see what other pieces of news we have. Payet, or you remember Payet, Antonio? So he's going to stay at Marseille forever. Kramer, new coach for Schalke. Let's see. Rabiot staying with Juventus. Rabiot says he has the coach likes him. He's going to stay. Inter and Atalanta on Ederson. Ederson. Don't know this player. Bruno Alves. Okay, we don't care about what they're doing there. Suarez going to River Plate, guys. Look at that. Luis Suarez maybe going to River Plate. Modric renewing with Real Madrid. Modric, a Milan fan actually. Modric is a Milan fan. Renewing with Real Madrid. That's going to be interesting. Oh, guys, look at this. This one here is very interesting. Robert Lewandowski is not planning to show up at training. Interesting title here. Interesting title. Lewandowski not showing up at training. There's definitely a divorce in the air right there. Tielemans, the Belgian midfielder, is about to leave Leicester. He could be an option actually for us. He could be one of these names actually. I gotta say, Majidine, that could a curveball kind of name for sure. Sanchez se offre al Barcelona. Alexis Sanchez is offering himself to Barcelona. A lot of Spanish media are talking about Lewandowski, Di Maria. Very interesting, very interesting. Anything? Tchouaméni, Real Madrid interested in Tchouaméni, 100 million. Tchouaméni would be the perfect replacement for Kessie. As far as roles go,
That's a done deal, guys.
the Real Madrid one.
Yeah, it's a done deal.
That's a great purchase. That's a really great purchase.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, they're just paying like money that we can never spend. I mean, like they're easy
Right.
purchases.
Yeah, we're not that level. We can't do that. What do you think of Savic, Milinkovic Savic from Lazio? For Michael S, that would be a dream signing.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic.
I think that would be a good replacement for Kessie, actually.
What?
A good man-to-man replacement. You don't think so?
He is not he's not more defensive than Renato Sanchez.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe
but
he's similar. Maybe he's similar. He's
I-
more similar to Renato Sanchez than Kessie. I
He
agree.
can play Cam, I think.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see Savic.
Tchouaméni is actually like the perfect replacement for it.
We need Nkunku, guys. Nkunku.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
hey,
Give me a Nkunku, I'll sell myself.
Rejon,
Yes,
you live in
yes.
Germany.
Yeah.
You live in show the Germans that you know how to speak English. Impress them, and bring in Nkunku to Milan. Be the hero.
I will. I'll go there and get them.
Convince them, man. Tell him that we have Pioli. We have. Tell him that he gets to play with Salamakers.
Well, why do you say that? Salamakers is your favorite player.
I agree.
What do you agree?
Speaking of Nkunku, though, he was also linked with Real Madrid.
Yeah.
If Real Madrid can land Ariel Tchouaméni and Nkunku, they have done the best Mercato out of everybody.
Just look at the thing, because this is the problem that I have sometimes with you, Roy. Because you say, "Oh, look at PSG, look at this, look at that." Man, Real Madrid is doing the same thing as PSG and Man City are, going and buying the best talented players out there and spending a shit ton of money.
No, but if we were in the position to do that, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. But we're not in the position to do that. I would like to spend 80 million for Nkunku because I think it's worth it. But today, this Mercato, we're not there. Hopefully, we'll get there in the future. I'm not opposed to it.
Cardinale will take us there.
Cardinale will take us there. This guy hasn't told us what his budget is, and he hasn't renewed Maldini and Massara yet. What's going on with him, Antonio? Are you gonna talk to him or what?
Yeah, I sent him an email. But no, it's coming, guys. Don't worry. Everything is coming.
I don't know, man. I don't trust Cardinale.
Red, you don't trust anyone, my guy.
Oh,
Maybe you trust, yeah, InvestCorp.
no, don't even trust Investcorp. Like I would have given them the benefit of the doubt, same as I'm doing with Cardinale.
What if we got bought by like City Football Group?
No, but I'm not one of those people who's like against them. I'm like that's how you win trophies. You spend more than the rest, and this is not even, in my opinion, it's not even up for discussion.
Well,
Because
if you're Roy, you disagree with this.
No, I definitely disagree with it, but I don't disagree with that philosophy. Like, if that's the philosophy you think should be taken, that's the philosophy should be taken. But
no,
I have a question. I have a question for you, Red John. Like, I don't know if you were here earlier. I read the article of how AC Milan today has the most valuable team in Italy. And if you look at how much we spent for our team and compared to Inter, Juventus, Atalanta, all these other teams, it's
yeah,
crazy.
but to be fair, still, I think we have 27 players valued there. Juventus has 26. Inter has 25. So with Cassie leaving, we are automatically not the most valued team. And now add to that the fact that Juventus is going to get Pogba and whatever some other guys, and Inter will probably get Dybala and Lukaku. So, in other words, when the season starts, you are still not going to be the most
Well,
valued.
I don't know. Let's see who we get. But let's also remember that Maldini said that we literally when it comes to net spending, we spent less than how much Juventus paid for Vlahovic
Yes,
to
we
build
spent
this team.
75 million. But
That's
what can we
crazy.
say? What
Guys,
can we say?
when I saw recently the news about Florenzi, and I just started laughing because it's like a typical Elliott style purchase where they want 4.5 million to trigger the buy option, but we're gonna like lowball them and like offer like 2.5, and also always try to get all the discounts we can.
Oh yeah. They're going in for 2.5, hoping for 3, maybe. I think that's
To
their
be
game plan.
honest, I don't disagree with what they are doing for Florenzi because we have the guarantee that the player wants to play for us, and Roma wants to sell him. So
Yeah,
in this case, why not save 2 million or 2.5 million?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with
What
that, but it's just
what
funny because
I think they're gonna meet in the middle, though. I think they're gonna meet in the middle.
what I'm against is when we lose players because of 500,000 or because of 1 or 2 million. That's what I'm against. Why should you go and take the second or the third option when you can just spend a little bit more and get the first option?
Right. But with Tom and Jerry, it's not gonna happen, guys. Tom and Jerry, we're gonna have that extra 5 million. Let's
I don't
see.
know. The thing is that when you watch the interview of Cardinale, at some point he says that we are going to try to win in a fair way and in an honest way, like some bullshit like that.
Integrity, with
Like
integrity.
we're going to have integrity. Like, what are you
That's right.
talking about? Like, we're going to be spending as much as FFP allows us.
With honor and integrity, we're going to spend as much as Cagliari spends in one season. But let's keep on reading. Whatever happened to our interest in Babacar Kamara? Didn't he sign for Aston Villa?
yeah, he did. That's
He signed and
fine.
he's getting like 6 million net, like something crazy.
Damn. Oh my God. This is
Yeah.
why I'm worried about Benacer. This is why I'm
This
worried
is
about
why I'm worried
Benacer.
about the Premier League. It's
Super
unbelievable.
League. Oh, no,
But
it's
guys,
Super.
Benacer is not. I don't think Benacer is really rated that much by other teams. We are the only ones rating him that much.
But would
He's a
you
really good
rate?
player. Don't get me wrong, but
Hmm.
um,
Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Milinkovic Savic will cost something like 80 million. Yeah, I saw some crazy numbers because Juventus is going in on Savic, and I'm looking at the numbers. By the way, in this article here on Gazzetta dello Sport, Sala al Barca nel 2023. Barcelona
Barca,
might go in for Barca,
Barca.
Barca, Barca, whatever. Roy, SMS, he's not a replacement for Kessie. He would play Cam. Yeah, I know. And Kunku would be hard to sign for any club. I think he wants to go back to PSG. I have that feeling. I
Yeah,
don't think
99%. But
I don't think
because
we are his first choice.
Yeah, I agree.
But Anwar did bring up a good point that we have a strong francophone connection in our team. Banyan,
Yeah,
Kalulu,
but the way I
what's
see
his
the
name?
problem,
Hernandez,
Alulu,
Giroud,
Hernandez, Giroud, but the way I see
Moncada.
this is that
Yeah,
players will be always more inclined to choose
yeah,
PSG because,
I agree. I agree.
yeah,
Yeah,
because PSG is always going to be a little bit the
oh yeah,
team
of
that's going to
course.
win the next Champions League. We're going to win the next.
And also, like, these are French players. They grew up in he grew up in PSG. PSG is this huge club right now,
So
so there's that connection. It's not going to go anywhere. Pete says, I don't know why everyone is giving up on Berardi and loves Zaniolo so much. Look at Berardi's stats. It blows my mind. Berardi is a perfect player for Rivalry. And I would love to have Berardi as... Dude, I'm not
those
giving up on Berardi
there's a
whatsoever.
reason why Berardi spent most of his years in between Sassuolo and Juventus. And there's a reason why Berardi has been superb for 3 seasons, yet no big team has gone after him. There's a reason for that.
Well, okay, I do. I know we've had this conversation many times, but there has been a period in which Berardi had the opportunity to go to Napoli when Napoli was competing against Juventus for the Scudetto. And there, I blame Berardi for not having the balls to go to Napoli. Because if he would have gone to Napoli, Berardi would have played the Champions League almost every year. At least he would have played in Europe literally every single year. And we're talking about 5 years ago. This was 5 years ago, something like that, or 6 or 5 years ago. So I blame Berardi because of his personal choices, but he definitely had the chances to go to bigger clubs. Anyway, he wants to go to a bigger club this year. I know, Red John, you don't like him. I think if he comes, he'd be great.
I'm not saying he's going to be bad, but if you get Berardi, you're going to be stuck with Berardi for like 4 years. So that's the only problem. If Berardi comes and we give him a 2-year contract, I'm okay with him. Let him come. But I
But
don't
what
want us to be stuck with him.
if he provides double digits goals and assists every year? You're not going to be
No, no,
complaining, though. I
of
wouldn't
course, of
imagine.
course. But the problem is that I don't believe he's going to do that because he plays poorly for Italy. I don't think.
Well, I don't know. I would give him the chance. I'll definitely give him the opportunity to. I think he would be able to. But anyway, we don't have to stick on that. It's fine. Um, uh, yeah, some people would not want to see him. Some people would. Some people prefer Zaniolo. I do prefer Zaniolo on top of Berardi. I do. I would put Zaniolo before Berardi. But if Berardi will come, it's fine. I'm not complaining. Spending more than the rest doesn't guarantee success, Ollie
No, but
says.
not spending at all guarantees failure.
Well, but I'm sure you don't think Cardinale is not going to spend at all.
No, no, but or let me rephrase it. Not keeping up with the rest guarantees that you won't, uh, you will not win consistently.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
the way I see it, we of course deserve the Scudetto and everything, but we also profited from the fact that Juventus and Inter got weaker, didn't we? Or let me ask you a question, right? Do you
I
think
don't
we
believe it. No.
do you think we would have won the Scudetto against Conte, Lukaku, Eriksen, and Hakimi?
I don't know. Maybe yeah. Maybe.
I think not.
I don't know. I mean, these are hypotheticals. No, obviously, you can't have a definitive answer. Never can I.
Well,
But
but
but I mean,
you
we
can make
weren't.
a guess.
I mean, last year our problem was not Inter. Our problem was not beating teams that we were supposed to beat. When this year we were much better in that. I don't know if Inter would have pushed us harder. Maybe we could have matched them. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I think that if we had more depth last year, we could have won it last year.
Yeah.
We let it
And
slip in a moment
they
where we lost a lot
finished
of players.
12 points ahead of
They finished 12 points, but
they finished 12 points
a
ahead
lot
of
of those points were accumulated in a period in which we lost many points, and it was just at the three-quarter
Yeah,
mark.
and but
If we had
but this
more
is how we were
depth,
able to recuperate.
if we had more depth, maybe we would have done better. I don't know, man. These are hypotheticals. I can't use hypotheticals as definitives, So, um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even consider that. I don't consider that. Uh, um, I don't think Juventus got weaker, by the way. I disagree with that. I agree that Inter got weaker, but I disagree that Juventus got weaker.
But
Juventus
they
got better, actually.
they lost Ronaldo and replaced him with Keane.
But okay, but last year they qualified into the Champions League literally the last day,
Yeah,
and they
but,
came fourth. They made it into the Champions League by the skin of their teeth. This
and
year,
yet and yet Allegri made the same exact points as Pirlo.
and also I don't want you to underestimate Juventus because of the poor start. Remember that Juventus, on paper, from the second half of the season onwards, is the team that scored the most points with Milan, I believe. Up until then, I think up until the end, and then Juventus just dropped after they knew they weren't going to get anywhere. But there was a certain point. Anyway, whatever. It's a conversation to have. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's acqua passata. We won the Scudetto. Let's move on. It's not even sure if we'll get 80 million total budget, let alone 80 million alone for Nkunku. We don't know what the budget is going to be yet. You think it's going to be 100 million, Rajan? If you were to make a estimated guess.
I, I don't think there's a budget. I just think there's Maldini trying to convince the ownership about about buying each player.
So you
Each
think
and
it's
every
like a
player, Maldini
grind?
has to convince.
Every
It,
single
it,
one
it
is
is
going to be a grind.
it is because I don't see Chelsea or I don't know other teams go and handle the loan with option for 5 million and try to make it 2 million. Right? This to me in itself is like grinding. You try to to save every single cent, and I'm okay with that. I'm not saying it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I want to see what Cardinale does. We're still waiting. Let's see. But if it is like that, I wouldn't be surprised either. A Zion trend. Oh wait, sorry. Ollie says spending smarter than the rest is what guarantees success. That's like a nice little.
Yeah,
Um, that's like
it's
what you call those. When you have those Chinese dinners in the
yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah, the
cookie.
fortune cook.
That's a fortune cookie sentence. But I don't disagree with it. Spending smarter than the rest is what guarantees success. Interesting. Zion Trent says, I like our strategy and I hope we will follow the Liverpool model in the transfer market.
Yeah,
That's a
but
smart way to buy players,
guys,
not spend
I'm
80
sorry,
million.
but
Go ahead.
the Liverpool model is not sustainable long term, and we are seeing it. Liverpool is about to lose two of their best players. Mane does not want to renew. Salah does not want to renew. Here they are. They are at the top of world football, and yet it's not sustainable because you cannot keep on uh, spending less and giving less loans than the rest, and keep on being competitive for a long time. It's very hard. So now Liverpool has to go and find players which are cheap and hope that they are going to do the same as Salah and Mane, which I think is risky. I cannot hear you.
No, you bring up a good point. I mean, they are about to lose Mane, and Salah looks like he's being. But they also have replaced Mane with a great player, Diaz, and they spent a lot for him.
Yeah, 80 million, exactly.
Um, Yeah, no, I see. Liverpool is definitely not in the category of the PSG and them, but they do spend money. But English teams will always spend more money than Italian teams. Uh, Let me give this guy the Blue Knights. Just okay, all right. In the U.S., reports claim we and Juve are going for Pulisic. 53 million. Okay, now Majidine earlier was saying about players that are going to catch us by surprise. Pulisic could be
Moment
that kind of
Klopp
player.
leaves Liverpool,
What?
I think the moment Klopp leaves Liverpool, Liverpool is done.
You think
It's
so?
going to be very hard for them to come back.
You know what? This is a question here for the ages and for chat too. After Liverpool's record in finals, I don't know if I want him at Milan. I don't like his record in the finals. He loses a lot of finals. He gets there, but he loses them
Well, he has lost against Real Madrid, so he gets a pass for that.
twice. He's lost against them.
Yeah,
Um,
and once against Bayern Munich. So it's like, give the guy a break.
but didn't he lose 4 finals, or even in other? No, he lost a bunch of finals, not
No,
just
no.
Champions League finals, like a bunch of
Aha,
finals
you mean finals in general? I have
in
no
general.
idea.
Yeah, yeah. I was reading that he lost like a lot of finals. He's only won one final. That's essentially what I remember reading. But Pulisic could be that kind of player that kind of catches us out of
He is too injury prone.
Pulisic. You think?
Yeah.
Would you guys have him? I would. I think Pulisic is really good. I like him. For me, it's a huge no. I think he's highly overpriced, overrated. Maybe 50 million is too much, but I do like the way he plays. Spending Mart is still spending right, so budget is needed, which Milan doesn't have right now. Okay, we have a challenger. Zion Train challenges you. He says, bruh, what are you talking about? Liverpool lost Suarez, Coutinho, Sterling, and Torres and still won the Champions League after losing these
No,
players.
but these
Shake
players,
my damn head. SMDH.
yeah, but Liverpool lost these players so they could finance the new team.
Ah,
This is this is how Liverpool acts.
right. So
Yeah.
if you're saying, and this is what I was asking earlier, and let me ask you, Rajan, are you okay with selling Leao in order to get now Lang, De Cutler, and Zaniolo?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Because that's what Liverpool did. Liverpool would sell a
Yeah,
top
yeah.
star, but they would get two other top stars.
No, they would bet on two other players, hoping that they would be top stars. Now, if you
With
guarantee
one
me that
chat, Antonio.
the players we bet on are going to be or become superstars, then yes. But as long as you cannot guarantee me that, I'm not willing to bet because
So do you think?
the way I see it, Liverpool is Klopp. Liverpool is not the management. Like Klopp for Liverpool is the same as Maldini for us in relation to Elliot. Klopp doing a really good job does not mean that the Liverpool way is the way to go. Because if it is the way to go, then we will see Liverpool dominate for the next 10 years, and I doubt that. I doubt that, and we see the results
Well,
already.
I mean, the guy loses his. Okay, Antonio, come on the live. What's going on? Come on the live and tell us. I did not see. Read Fabrizio Romano's tweet about Sanchez. I don't, bruh. I'm not. I don't go on Twitter, man. I don't waste my time on Twitter. Doesn't Twitter belong to Elon Musk or something now? What's going on with Twitter?
Say what? Because I got disconnected.
We're going to go on Twitter, guys. We're going to do a little bit of a Twitter. We're doing a little bit of a Twitter detour. Or Antonio, just come back on the live and tell us what's going on with Twitter. What is going on with Twitter, guys? Do we have breaking news on Twitter? Do we have breaking news on Twitter?
Let me.
Guys, if anybody can get to the Romano tweets before I can, please share what he's saying.
Di Marzio or Romano?
Romano.
Milan reached an agreement with
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
This
hold
is
on.
Di Marzio, not Romano.
Hold on, guys. Is this music to my ears? Guys, this might be music to my ears, guys. Let's see what is this it? Personal terms now
Uh-huh.
agreed between Milan and Sanchez. Sadly, since Botman is going further away from us with Newcastle, Spurs, and United making bigger offers than Milan. We do not care about Botman, but we care a lot about Sanchez. So, sorry, what is it, Red John? Your connection was going in and out.
No, I was just saying. I was just saying that Di Marzio has also reported the same, that we have reached an agreement with Renato Sanchez on a 3 million a year salary. The player has already visited the city and the infrastructures last May. Contacts in progress with Lille for a transfer sum between 18 and 20 million. But
Guys,
this
guys,
is like same old, same old. Like
guys, I didn't want to tune my horn, but listen, guys,
we already knew this. There's no
I
news
said
here.
that Sanchez this week is going to be the key week. This week, guys, this is we got. I put Bobman, Origi, and Sanchez on the thumbnail. These three players, Ibrahimovic, Bobman. This week, we're gonna find out. Vi, come on, Rejo, aren't you happy? Aren't you excited, Rejo? Aren't you excited? Huh? You don't get to see Krunic anymore. You don't get to see Salah makers anymore. You get to see Renato Sanchez in Milan Lab for 2 months at a time. Are you not excited about that?
No, I'm okay with it. I'm just waiting for
Actually,
something more concrete.
actually, let's do this. Milan Scout, no, Brazil Scout just put out a new highlight reel for Renato Sanchez literally today. So, because Brazil Scout is friends of the channel and he never reports us and he doesn't give us any trouble, we are going to see his beautiful compilation he did with Sanchez. Have Sanchez in the background, see what Sanchez is looking like, so we can see what he will bring to AC Milan. One day ago, Renato Sanchez full season show 2022 coming up. Here we go. Keep players and making legends is also important. Maldini is the result of not selling our homegrown players. That is your kind of philosophy, right?
Yeah. Imagine if after the first year of Kaká we sold him. What's the fucking point?
No, listen, I agree that keeping Leao should be one of the priorities for AC Milan. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. All right, so citizenship. Portugal, I don't know what flag is that. Do you know what flag that is? I'm not sure what flag that is. Swansea, Bayern Munich, Lille. He's similar to Quadio Kone, Wijnaldum, Daud. 24, right-footed, 70 kilograms. He's light. 176, 5.9. He's short. Well, short, relative. Aerial duels is his weakness, according to Mr. Brazil Scouts.
And also injury proneness should be part of the weakness.
Yep. Very, very true. Okay, appearances 38 total for Lille.
That's actually not bad.
3 goals, 5 assists. You know, those are not great numbers, but pass success rate is good, 85%. That's where all players should be, somewhere around there.
Yellow cards 8, red card 1, and such a stupid red card that one.
What's
He
that?
got it for arguing with the ref.
Right, he had got a red card and a bunch of yellows. Yeah. All right, let's keep on going. Keeping players. How do you get on the live chat? What do you mean the live chat? You mean on the stream? We usually have open lives. Whenever there's an open live, just click on the link and show up. If you want to come on right now, just let me know. Fabio Romano and Di Marzio. Milan reach agreement with Sanchez, guys. This is great news. Everybody should be celebrating.
But
Everybody
guys,
should be celebrating.
didn't we have an agreement with Sanchez before? The problem
Actually,
is Lille.
No. We had an agreement with Lille, not with Sanchez.
Okay.
That was the. Now it's the. Now the turn. Now it's changed.
All right. Yeah, but Sanchez is a quality player. Like, I have no doubt about that. My only problem with Sanchez is
Damn.
that availability is also a very important trait for a player.
The agreement was never confirmed until now. I never remember seeing. I remember seeing that the issues were with Lille. Sorry, with the player. And okay, let's look at him. He looks good, man. He looks like a proper midfielder.
He's
He turns well.
he is really good, man. Look at this. It's like, what? Hello? What is
Yeah,
it?
the way he gets out of dribbling situations. Look at that. I wish we would.
He is so good that I think he would be wasted playing as a CDM for us. He should play as a cam.
Yeah, and I think he is going to play as a cam. I think he is. Oh, how do I get rid? Sorry, let me take this off. Maldini will go all in for Bremer. Guys, blessing in disguise if that happens. Blessing in disguise. Oh my god, what a ball! What a ball! What the fuck? Is that even possible? Did you guys see this ball?
Yeah.
Nah, this is impossible. Look at that ball. Holy crap.
Which makes you think maybe he should play as a CDM if he has those kinds of.
From deep? Yeah, right? Diagonal, let me see. Let me see his diagonals. Nice. Nice. Whoa. Silk.
I hope the clip against Brahim Diaz is here as well. Because
There's a bad one?
he destroyed Brahim in that game.
I think this was this season. Is it? Full season show? Maybe. Let's see. He does the corner kicks, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now every time he gets an assist on the corner kick, Laird has
He's
to...
going to talk shit about him.
He's going to talk shit about it. Yes, guys. This is it. What a great purchase, guys, if we get this. Great news. Thank you for the update, Antonio. Thank you for the update. By the two most reliable sources, Liverpool also signed Ben Teke, but that gamble fell, but no one remembers that. Every club is not perfect. They also signed Origi. Didn't that fail?
No, because he won them a Champions League.
Right. Wow, he's got speed, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He definitely has acceleration. Oh, come on. What the fuck? Look at this acceleration here.
What was that tackle? American football? What the hell? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
It's right after this one. Look at this.
Oh. Oh, let's use long ball. Nice. Good long ball.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a little pit bull though. He does have a pit bull. You know.
It's a pit bull with very fine feet.
He kind of does look similar to Nkunku. Oh my god, what a ball! It didn't come through. I hate it when they show highlights of balls that don't come through. But that would have been a great idea. He does have a similarities in Nkunku, right? Except Nkunku is much better in the final third.
I just think that the difference is that Nkunku is more direct, while Sanchez is more press resistant.
Yeah. Oh, nice play. Great switch. Nice. What a great goal. Well, guys, if this is the first gift we're getting from Redbird, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
And I don't know if you remember the game we had against Lille, but I was saying all game long, like, holy shit, what is this guy, bro? This guy is so good.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing him in the Euros, the one
Yeah, but
that's
he was
Portugal
like,
won.
what, 17 or something in the
Yeah,
Euros? He
and he
was
was
crazy
amazing. He
good.
was
Yeah.
amazing. He was amazing. I'm surprised he didn't make it at Bayern. What happened? You're German. You're German. You
No,
know what happened in
I'm
Bayern.
not German, but the thing is that he just made the move too young to a very big club. Like sometimes you need time.
So he was kind of like Hagway with Milan, kind of thing.
Yeah, and also it, it's different when you go from a country like Portugal to Germany. Like life is not as, I don't know, enjoyable or whatever. It's different culture. I think if
Really?
he would have gone to Italy or to Spain, he
The
would have done
Latin
much better.
connection, you think,
Yeah, yeah,
would have
I
been
think
better
so.
for him?
Same as Paqueta, for example. Paqueta failed miserably with us, and then he goes to Lyon, where he has a lot of Brazilian players there, and he does better. And he is also one of the most important players of the Brazil international team.
Oh yeah, he's a key player.
National, not international.
Right.
He's wearing the number 10 jersey for them, so
Yep. He's the number 10 of Brazil. Boom. Breaking news, guys. Red John, are you glad that we're breaking the news? We're
oh
the
yeah.
CNN of AC Milan, Red John. Are you happy about that?
I saw like a video aggregator or whatever showing the reactions of Milan fans when Sassuolo won, when we won against Sassuolo. You were
Okay.
there as well, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What was this?
I don't know the name of the YouTuber to be honest, but it was like mixture between Italians or Italian Milan fans and English speaking Milan fans reacting to
That's
the win.
hilarious. Now listen, we get a lot of like every time on the channel, we get a lot of messages not every, almost every day of someone using our content and
Hmm.
asking us, "Do you want to report them? Do you want to give them a strike? Do you want to give them a
Yeah,
blah blah blah?" We just delete out. We don't give a fuck about any of that.
yeah, but that's how it should be.
Wow, that's cool. All right, well, there you go, guys. Renato Sanchez. So now it's just a matter of Lille and their situation,
Yeah, it's
which is going to slow things down. So let's hope that this can be done faster rather than sooner rather than later. Sooner rather than later. Oh, guys, you know who Hermes Gasperini is? I've been watching my favorite sport right now after football is arm wrestling. I've been immersed myself in the world of arm wrestling. It's such fascinating universe. Okay, guys, I think we've spoken about everything today. I mean, what else is there to speak about? John, do you want to add anything?
I've said everything.
Find that YouTube, Red John. Tell us what that YouTube video is so we can watch it. Paqueta is playing well in League One for a team that is not the contenders. He wasn't good enough for Milan Serie A. All right, guys, let's see if there is any new information for today. Then, of course, guys, we are going to be following Milan news, the transfer market closely. Daily, daily. We're going to follow the market daily. It's going to be very interesting market.
Yeah, but the thing that Zion is saying is I don't agree with because we are full of League One players,
What's this?
and
Uh,
also Paqueta plays for Brazil as well.
What is he saying? Paqueta's playing well in League One for a team that is not title contenders. He wasn't good enough for Milan. Serie A is also more tactical than any other league. Well, I don't know, maybe Paquetá today would be much better. That
Yeah.
Milan back then was functionally not the best.
Yeah.
It wasn't built properly.
But also, to be fair, the whole team was trash when Paqueta was there. Like we weren't really having a great season. We were actually pretty bad. So every single member of the team wasn't really great. That being said, I don't regret selling Paqueta.
Um, uh, oh my God, Lucas is in the chat trolling. Um, when is the next stream, guys? The next stream is going to be either tomorrow or Thursday. We are definitely going to be following the Mercato very closely because this Mercato is going to be a very special Mercato since it is the Mercato right after a new ownership and right after winning the league. Did you see the Italy against Hungary game or no?
Me? No,
Yeah,
no. I
yeah,
watched Germany against England.
yeah. Italy guys looked good today. They looked good against Germany. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with that. Now in Italy, since you're German or you represent the Germany,
Mhm.
what were the Germans saying going into the Italy game? Were they very confident? Because Italy
When?
has been trash, right? They've been the clouds of Europe.
Say that again because I didn't hear that.
Were the Germans or the German media very confident going into that game against Italy?
No, no, because you know that Germany and Italy is like the classical of Europe. Like Germans always see Italy as the black cat.
Oh, right. Yeah. We are a little bit of
Yeah, so they will
yeah.
never
True.
play against Italy and be like, "Oh, it's going to be easy."
It is definitely true. Italy has traumatized Germany
Yeah,
3 times in their history really badly. In 1970, the famous 4-3 win. In 1982, the final of the World Cup. In 2006, those were traumatizing for Germany. Next game is Italy versus England. What's your prediction? Well, I haven't seen England. They lost against Hungary. Red John is telling me that Germany outclassed them today. They got a lucky goal,
England
so
play
I
like
don't know.
shit, man. It's like I don't know how these guys are so like absolutely horrible, horrible.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to handle Italy. To be honest.
Right. Guys, in all fairness to Zion Train has been one of the people uh, that from the beginning has believed the most in winning the Scudetto. He was convinced from day one. So a lot of credit goes to Zion Train because Zion Train gets a lot of stuff right that turns out to be correct. Um, but whatever, we're just disagreement in opinions. Imagine if Tomori fit to play against Italy. I'm
But
curious to see. I'm curious to see that. I would
Alan
like.
Alan is right though that Redbird only owns 10% or 11%, I think, of the owners. Oh, let's just put it this way: uh, Redbird owns 10% of the company that owns 50% of Liverpool. In other words, Redbird doesn't really have any say in Liverpool, like zero.
Mm, yeah. Right. Right. Okay. Let's end on Florenzi. Let's end on Florenzi. Sky. Optimism filters as Milan are keen on keeping Florenzi. The offer made. Sorry. Let's talk about this a little bit. Alessandro Florenzi arrived at AC Milan on an initial loan. Negotiations are ongoing with Roma and optimism filters. The experienced Italian was brought, and also captain of the Italian national team the last game. The experienced Italian was brought in as a versatile solution, but mainly as a right back backup. Throughout the season, he played as a right back, left back, and right winger for the Rossoneri, and he clearly impressed the management. According to Sky, there is no doubt that Milan want to keep Florenzi beyond the loan period. There is a 4.5 million clause in the contract, but Paolo Maldini and Ricky Massara are working on a discount. having offered 2.5, low-balling AC Milan. The feeling per report is that the outcome of the situation will be positive as optimism has filtered from both sides. It makes sense to keep Florenzi, and not just because of his experience, but also because of his performances. So I think we're all happy with Florenzi staying. I think it'll be. It's. I told you last year. This is one of our best operations. Is Florenzi. So I'm very glad he's staying for a low price. He'll be very helpful to the team. Red John, what do you think? You close it.
I agree, and I think Florenzi is a cheap and reliable option for us.
Yeah.
But I also agree that we should try and get a discount because I don't see Roma having any uh, leverage in this kind of deal because Florenzi wants to be with Milan and Roma don't want Florenzi. So in other words, it's easy to find a solution or to meet in the middle.
Right. Yeah. No, I think we're going to find the price, and Milan will is because Florenzi wants to push. Also, I think we're gonna find a discount price. Okay, guys, let's look at last thing. If there's any more breaking news on Gazzetta, are you excited for the next transfer news? That's Larrett's new show. Where's Larrett? I asked him to join today. Where's Larrett?
Hiding.
I asked him. He's hiding, huh? Where is Larrett? Where is Larrett? Ok, let's see. Bastoni, ho 2 anni di contratto con l'Inter, a luglio sarò ad Appiano. Bastoni says he does not want to leave Inter. He says he's going to stay at Inter. He's going to show up at the training ground in July. Let me see if that live feed is still open right now. I don't see it. Where is it? Where's the live feed? Ah, here it is. Anything new? Anything new? No, nothing new. Nothing new for today. All right, okay. All right, guys. If you haven't already, like the page because you're a Milanista, not an Interista. We're going to have some other lives coming soon. And we're going to be talking about Milan following the Mercato. Guys, everybody, thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate everybody. Thank you, Red John, for being here, and all the other guys that were here. We kept it good, huh? No fights, no wars.
Thanks for begging me to join.
Red John, do you like it more when there's war or when there's peace? What do you like? What do you like more?
It's the same for me. Like I stay the same in both
You stay the
ways.
same. What do you enjoy the most? But you must enjoy one more than the other.
I enjoy I enjoy a little bit of war. I don't mind it.
You like the war, huh? I've noticed. You like
This
the
is
war.
too relaxing for me right now.
You like the tension, the friction, and the.
My blood boils, man. I need to fight.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have more streams like that coming up. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Yes, please like the stream, and we'll see you till the next one, guys. Once again, great news today. We had 2 major, well, 3. The stadium. Red John, you showed. Actually, Red John, why didn't you finish on that? The stadium, because you brought that up first.
Well, this is a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit comical because Sesto has elections in the next week,
Okay.
and the mayor that is the current mayor right now is pro the stadium, and the candidate running against him is 100% against.
Oh my God.
He made comments such as, if Milan wants to have a stadium in Sesto, they can share the stadium with Pro Sesto.
Oh my God.
So
Dude, we cannot have anything. We cannot have anything smooth. Everything has to be a fight with us.
So
Everything.
this is a comical situation. Let's hope this guy wins. The guy was Di Stefano, I think his name is.
Di Stefano. Okay. Okay.
Let's hope he wins so we can have a chance of having a
Yeah.
stadium system.
Okay. Yeah. So the news, the biggest news that came out today for AC Milan, the stadium. But again, we have to wait for all the bureaucratic process. Sanchez agreeing terms with AC Milan, but remember that Sanchez has the issue with Lille. And then Ibrahimovic saying that he is going to try and go again for another season. And then also, guys, Origi coming in next week as per reports. Guys, we'll see what the Mercato brings tomorrow and the day after, and we will see you then. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Forza Milan, as always.
Forza
And
Milan.
Forza Milan. Till the next one, arrivederci and ciao.